Welcome to the Undisputed podcast. I'm your host, Jenny Taft. This podcast is the full show from today's episode of Undisputed from start to finish. They've got a busy slate, so Skip, Shannon, let's get to it.
Happy TGIF and welcome into Undisputed, live from Los Angeles, everybody. I'm Jen Hale, here with Skip, Drip, Bayless, and Shannon
Welcome back,
Sharpe.
Jen.
Thank you.
I got something here I'd like to show our audience.
Oh.
Take a look at this. Thank you very much. I want to thank the Los Angeles Clippers for giving me their new Nike City Edition jersey, which they will unveil tonight against the Rockets at Staples Center, along with their new center court city logo that says in script Los Angeles.
Who is 19? They ain't saying you.
I'm 19 because look at this. Guess who?
You know
boys
who
and
it
girls?
wasn't.
Oh, so you don't have one of these. You got some quote-unquote authentic 23 LeBron jersey?
Well, Shaq designed the Lakers' new jersey. And I guarantee you it's better than that.
Really? I think this is very cool. Let me show this one more time.
Let me borrow it right quick.
This is my personal...
Let me borrow it right quick.
Bayless
Let me hold it right quick.
No. If I know what you'll do with it, you'll throw it. Thank you,
off.
Clippers, because we know now the Clippers own Staples, and the Lakers are equivalent of squatters who are just sort of sitting there for a while until they realize they don't own the building
You
anymore.
are a tenant in our building.
Oh, okay.
A tenant. You pay
Thank you,
rent.
Clippers.
Feisty this morning already. And it's a good thing because we've got a huge show today, just 48 hours away from arguably the most intriguing matchup of the season. Will Skip's Cowboys get a signature win against the Patriots?
That is the question.
Plus, just how impressive was Deshaun Watson and the Texans' win last night? We're going to start today, though, with more fallout from that Myles Garrett Mason Rudolph incident last week. The NFL upheld Myles Garrett's indefinite suspension yesterday, but that certainly was not the only news coming out of the appeal hearing. Garrett reportedly told the board Mason Rudolph directed a racial slur at him during last week's incident. Rudolph strongly denies that allegation. The NFL says, quote, they have found no such evidence of Garrett's accusation. For his part, Myles Garrett released a statement on Twitter last night saying, I was assured that the hearing was space that afforded the opportunity to speak openly and honestly about the incident that led to my suspension. This was not meant for public dissemination, nor was it a convenient attempt to justify my actions or restore my image in the eyes of those I disappointed. I know what I heard. Whether my opponent's comment was born out of frustration or ignorance, I cannot say, but his actions do not excuse my lack of restraint in the moment, and I truly regret the impact this has had on the league, the Browns, and our devoted fans. Tough situation. Shannon, what's your reaction to Myles Garrett's accusations?
I'm surprised that he said this, and it seems like to me he's doubling down on it. Now, Skip, I said after the game, his reaction led you to believe that Mason Rudolph said something.
I agree.
I said, did he utter the magic word? And we all know what the magic word is. Did he utter that? So, and I'm thinking, okay, if he did, here's an opportunity after this press conference. Because let me tell you what would have happened if it had been me. I'd have said, oh, it's not over. You said the N-word, and every time I see you, I'm going to get you. Mm-hmm. And they couldn't have got me off him, Skip. Mm-mm. It took an act of God and 10,000 soldiers.
I agree.
God, he only works on Sundays, I think, on most occasions because it's church, and there weren't 10,000 soldiers there. I'd have still been on. I said, Mason, you got off lucky, bro, because 3 of your teammates got me up off you. I'd have still been pumping. And and as soon as we get to the press conference, Skip, like he said, I'd say he called me the N-word. That's what, y'all think I reacted like that out of what? Just because he tried to, take my helmet off? No. He called me the N-word, and that's why I reacted the way I did. Yep. Now, Skip, I'm not saying I would have excused, but I would have understood it. Mm-hmm. In the NFL, because I'm going to say, if Mason Rudolph said that to him, he got to be as long as Myles Garrett is suspended, Mason Rudolph should be met with the same type of punishment.
Sure.
Period. Mm-hmm. NFL, I'm very disappointed in you. And you wonder why players don't trust you. Why would you ever let this get out? Because you told somebody. Mm-hmm. Myles Garrett did not tell anyone. Myles Garrett, representative, did not tell anyone. Skip, why would you do this? These are supposed to be in confidentiality. I'm supposed to be able to go in there and have a conversation, Skip, and whatever's said stays there.
And yet ESPN, soon after this proceeding, reported that that
was being said.
Yes.
Now, Myles, I really hope that this can be proven. Because I would be so very disappointed in you if you put this information out there about this young man and it not to be true. Because what you're trying to do is cover your butt because of what you did. Don't do that. I hope eventually it comes to something. This is going to have to come out, Skip. You can't damage a man. You can't impugn a man's reputation with this word, Skip.
Yep.
This is the word of words. There's a lot of words that can be said and people will take offense to it, but nothing cuts like this. Even when you, Skip, even when I hear it in movies, and I know they got to get it for a historical perspective and for getting it right, you have to say it. But Skip, my skin crawls.
I hear you. Agreed.
I'm from the South, Skip, and I grew up and played football in the 70s and the 80s, and I've never been called that. But I can assure you, had I been called that on the field, I'm going to react like Myles Garrett reacted. But Skip, it's just hard for me to believe that he wouldn't say that. He didn't tell any teammates. I mean, that bro, he called me that word. Bro, I mean, what was I supposed to do? Then I'm going to put it out. Because I want every other black player to know this is what Mason Rudolph said. And I want y'all to be just as incensed as I was. So I want you to get him.
Yep.
Because I ain't done with him. Every chance I get, Skip, I'm going to get a flag every time we play Mason Rudolph. Because you know what? Every chance I get a chance to sack him, I'm going to try to dump all 275 pounds on his neck.
Yep.
But, Skip, I just hope, and I pray that Myles Garrett is not making this up. I really hope that that's not the case, that he's trying to provide cover for his actions. And for me, Skip, if he had done this, I'm like, Myles, you were wrong for this, but, bro, I understand why you did it, and you deserve to do it. And people looking at him like, hold on, Myles, you mean to tell me, because just 2 weeks earlier, you said someone walked up to you and slapped you after you took a picture with him.
Said he punched him in the face.
Yes.
Not slapped him, he punched him.
Punched him.
In downtown Cleveland in broad daylight at 3 p.m.
And
guy got out of his car and said, hey, can I get a quick picture with you?
Yeah.
Rolled down his window, and he said the guy took the selfie photo with the two of them and just punched him in the face.
And you did nothing.
Okay.
You smiled.
He posted it on Twitter soon after.
I just, the dichotomy of this, and not to say that it's not true, but I just hope Myles did not make this up to provide cover, because, Skip, I just think that had it happened like he said it happened, I would have said immediately after the game, man, that's what he said. Why y'all think I reacted like that? Y'all know me. I'm not, because, Skip, maybe in his reputation is he's a philosopher, he reads poetry.
He's an intellectual.
Intellectual guy.
He is a deep thinker.
And so, guys, y'all know me.
Yep.
That's not my personality. But for him to react like this, and I said it immediately, something was something said, but then he didn't say anything about it. Skip, I got to get that off me. I mean, the minute someone does something, I react a certain way, well, let me explain to you why I reacted that way. But that's not what Myles did. And so I'm upset. I hope it's not true, but I'm equally as disappointed in Myles saying that if it isn't true as I am with the NFL for putting this out. You don't do that, NFL, and you wonder why. Well, why can't there be trust between the NFL and players? Because you do stuff like this. Adam Schefter and Josina Anderson was not in that room. So how in the hell did they get that information? Someone from the NFL leaked it, and you're wrong.
Or from either camp, whoever was there, Mason Rudolph, I don't know.
No, Mason Rudolph wouldn't be there.
Right,
No,
right.
He wouldn't be there. Myles,
I mean, somebody who was speaking up for him, or so, I don't know.
I think when they have a thing like this, I'm not sure that the opposing party is in there.
Yeah.
Now,
I don't know if anybody was sort of taking his side. I don't know how these things actually unfold because they're not very forthcoming.
No.
But somebody was really forthcoming about what got said.
Right. Of all the things. And you, Skip, they're going to run with that. But you remember, Skip, I don't know if you heard it, like a couple of, like that Sunday right after, the day right after, Josina Anderson also said, was there something said?
She did.
So it leads you to believe his reaction, leads you to believe that something was said.
Okay.
But why not say that after, Skip, their press conference immediately after?
Agreed. Just to wrap up the incident in question that you talked about a few weeks back, the incident in downtown Cleveland, I just read this morning, and I didn't know because I was highly skeptical of that incident that he posted on Twitter, as were you, when we talked about it the next day on this show. But this story does say that Myles Garrett did take down the man's license plate and did go to the police with it, and that they did go find the 24-year-old man, but that Myles Garrett did not want to press charges, so it was dropped.
Right.
So I'm not skeptical anymore.
Right.
I guess it happened. I don't know if it happened exactly the way he presented it.
Right.
Punched you in the face, and you didn't get out of the car. I know what Shannon Sharpe would have done at that moment.
Skip, what's the likelihood? Because clearly you knew who he was. What's the likelihood? I'm 6'2", 245. Myles Garrett is about 6'4 and a half, 275, 280. What's the likelihood?
And known as one of the strongest weight room warriors in the league.
Thank you. What's the likelihood of some common guy just wants to take a picture with me? I take a picture and he punches me.
And take a shot at you?
Right.
Really?
So it's even less likely it's going to happen to Myles Garrett. Not to say that it didn't happen, but hey.
Okay.
Whew.
So does that incident have anything to do with this? No.
No.
So I'm going to be upfront about this on the record. I don't know whether the N-word was uttered or not.
Right.
I'm going to say this again for maybe the 1,000th time on TV. To me, that word, and I'm talking about the N-word ending in the hard ER, used by white people against black people, is simply the single most evil word in the English language.
It is.
I wish I could somehow eradicate it because it makes my skin crawl when I hear it in movies. And I know there's a place for it in historical movies, but I cringe when I hear it.
Same.
Now, my experience with N-word scenarios is if, in fact, Mason Rudolph had uttered that word out of anger, frustration, whatever, but when you utter it, then it shows you, it exposes who you really are.
Absolutely.
But if he did utter it against Myles Garrett and it ignited that incident, then my experience is with the black player is going to go straight to the locker room after the game, and he's going to tell his black and his white brothers in the locker room, he called me the N-word.
Right.
Yesterday, several of the Browns were asked about, were you aware that Mason Rudolph says Myles Garrett called him the N-word?
Right.
Odell said, no, I was not aware of that. Jarvis Landry said, no, I wasn't aware of that. Baker Mayfield, who was highly critical of Myles right after the game live on Fox with Aaron Andrews, said, no, I wasn't aware of that. When you go, especially to the leader of the team, the quarterback, and say, hey, just so you know, he called me the N-word. Wouldn't you make everybody aware of that?
Yeah.
And to your point, you would just go public with it.
Oh, yeah.
Again, it would be up to him whether he wanted to keep it private or public, but your teammates would be made aware.
Right.
I think, why would you keep that to yourself all the way up to the hearing?
Right.
So it smacks of desperation, right?
It does.
So is it fair for me to say you are skeptical that it got used?
Oh, I'm very skeptical. I'm very skeptical because, like you said, you say that word knowing what that word means, coming from a white player to a black player, and you reacting the way you did. So it would give you, it's like, okay, that explains why he reacted like that. Because we've never seen Myles Garrett act like that. And then, but you tell no one. You sit on it for over a week.
It is hard to believe.
Yes.
But just to frame this, you remember the Riley Cooper episode with the Eagles. Riley Cooper, in that summer, it was training camp had just opened.
It was at a concert.
Country Western concert in Philadelphia. He's captured on cell phone video screaming the N-word in plural at black security guards. I'm going to whip all those.
I whip all you ends up in here.
Okay. And boy, it sent me over the edge. So the next day on ESPN, I'm saying, bridge burned, deal breaker, cut him.
Right.
And they sent him home for a couple of days, and then thanks in large part to Michael Vick, a captain of that team, they didn't welcome him back, but they accepted him back in the locker room. And I've asked Michael on this show about it here recently, fairly recently, I guess it was last year, but Michael said, I regret that.
And he said also Chip put him in a very uncomfortable situation.
Chip Kelly was the coach.
The head coach. And Skip, that's what normally happens. What happens is, it's kind of like Mr. McNair, the former Houston Texans owner, well, his son took over, if I'm not mistaken, Skip. When he said what he said, what do? They'll get the black, one of prominence, to go vouch for you. And so when he said what he said, what do? They get the leader of the team, the most prominent black, Michael Vick, to go vouch for him. This is our brother. We understand he made a mistake. Hell no. He make no mistake. What did the Eagles do, Skip? They gave him a contract extension.
They did. And soon after, Deshaun Jackson was gone.
Yeah.
So
after his best season.
You extend Riley Cooper after he said the N-word, but wait, Chip Kelly, you just cut Deshaun Jackson? Really? Mm-hmm. How can you justify that? Well, now Chip's gone.
And Skip, you know what? When people say that word, that ain't something that's all of a sudden, that's my first time using it. You said it.
I agree.
That ain't no word you just like, man, this is the first time, and I'm going to use it in this situation. See, Riley Cooper had a little bit to drink, Skip. My grandma say, boy, there's 3 types of people that tell you the truth.
That's true.
Kids, drunk, and angry people. And he was drunk, so he was speaking his heart.
So this is my 2 cents on this issue. It concerns me to the point of paining me if I ever hear a false allegation of the use of the N-word, because I don't want that word drained of any of its poison.
No.
I don't want it weakened for future incidents in which white people then can sit back and say, oh, here we go again, playing the race card when there's no race card.
Yep, I agree, Skip.
You can't cry wolf if there's no wolf.
No.
So I hope there's a wolf here. But when it comes to Mason Rudolph, his attorney was just scathing in his response to Myles Garrett's accusation, because he said, the malicious use of this wild and unfounded allegation is an assault on Mason's integrity, which is far worse than the physical assault witnessed on Thursday. It can be.
Yeah.
It can be a career killer.
Yes.
For a white quarterback on a team that's obvious. I mean, every NFL team is majority black.
72, 74% of NFL players are black.
Okay.
The majority of the locker room is black. And so to know that a quarterback has used that word, I ain't looking at you the same, bro. Never. There's nothing you can say. I'm sorry. If you had 1,000 tongues, you couldn't say I'm sorry enough.
You couldn't. That's when you can't.
No, you ain't coming back from that.
You can't take. If you're capable of uttering it and it leaves your lips,
Skip.
Over, done.
You remember when the incident with Draymond and LeBron? You see how LeBron reacted? He immediately turned around and said, bro, what you say?
The B word.
He called him the B word. You see how, and we're like, hold on. Wow. I mean, all Draymond did was seem to like kick him and like, why would LeBron act like this? So, and LeBron said, there's certain, look, I'm a father, I'm a husband, I'm a man. And there's certain things you can't say. So it led you to believe, even though you didn't know what was said until later, it led you to believe that Draymond said something that this man found highly offensive. So he reacted the way he did, and then he told you after the game, well, he said something that basically challenged my manhood.
That is true.
Myles Garrett came out there and said, I overreacted, I can't do it.
And by the way, to finish that, what was the beginning of the end of Kevin Durant and the Golden State Warriors on the bench?
He uttered the same words that he called LeBron. He told Kevin Durant that.
Out of anger.
Yes.
He called him the B word, and Kevin has recently said that was the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
Because the bridge is burned. You can't rebuild that bridge.
A man say that to another man? Bruh.
And listen, that's 1/100th to me of white man calling black man N-word.
That's 1 in 1 million.
Okay, thank you. I'll go there. All right?
Man, Skip, look, Skip, it's funny. Me and my sister was just having this conversation yesterday, and my sister's heavily in the church, and she reads. She's like, Shannon always tell me to read in my Bible. She's like, Shannon, what would you? I say, Libby, I thank God and I pray every night that he never places me in that situation. I say, because I'm not wrapped in the cloak of the Lord like you are. She said, Shannon, I'm just going to walk away. They can call me a B, they can call me this or that, call me the N-word. I'm just going to walk away. I said, Libby, I ain't strong like you. And I say, I pray every night, I fall on my knees, and I pray that he don't put me in that situation. Because I can't walk away, Skip.
So the NFL found no such evidence of the N-word. And obviously, their punishment strongly suggested they found no such evidence because they upheld the indefinite suspension. And last week, for the first time, Mason Rudolph had talked about the incident, and he did apologize for the back half of the incident. I should not have followed him toward the end zone to try to retrieve my helmet. That was on me. But he also restated He started it. That was Mason's position from the start.
Skip, you know how this was what about. When you apologize, Skip, just say, I apologize. My actions should not have taken place. I fell below the standards that I've set for myself, the Steelers have for me as a professional, as an NFL player. But you can't say, well, bruh, this is football, he tackled you. Okay, great, he tackled me harder. Is there such a thing? He tackled me harder than he should have. What kind of BS is that?
I think in that moment, he over-tackled him, and he rolled on top of him because it was just a rub-it-in tackle on a screen pass on what could have been, felt like it might be the last play of the game. And Myles came completely unblocked on the screen pass and just took him down and rolled over on the top of him. And obviously, Mason took that personally. And is it possible he uttered the... It's still possible. I don't know. But he got mad. And then Myles got madder, and he was grabbing Myles' helmet. So Myles said, okay, I'm going to rip yours off your head.
And the thing is, Skip, if I'm a teammate of Mason Rudolph, and I hear him utter that, and I'm a black player, I'm going to twist his head off.
I would say. And I did, by the way, hear Cam Hayward, I watched him on tape last night, give an impassioned defense of Mason Rudolph. He did not utter that word. So it has played well in the Pittsburgh. They're still... strongly, staunchly supporting their quarterback. So usually, if you've been around a guy for a couple of years, black guys around a white guy, you sort of get the drift. You know, you start to say, is he capable or not capable? And from what I saw and heard from Cam Hayward, he doesn't think he's capable. So just for the record, do we know that it was or wasn't? We don't.
I just, like I said, I mean, you can never say definitively, oh, no, he would never. I'm never going to say what a person...
can't say that.
Can't say that.
No.
I'm never going to say what a person would or wouldn't do, never, or always. There's no. There's always a chance. There's always a possibility. But it's just hard for me to believe that word was uttered, and he was just so calm after the game, and just like, I overreacted. I shouldn't have done that. I made my family, I made my teammates, this organization, the fans, everybody was watching this. He was just, calm and very matter of fact. No racial epithet was said, the N-word. Skip, if he had said, man, the man called me N-word, what y'all want me to do?
Game over.
Yes.
Yep.
I said, yeah, Mason.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, Myles, you should have whipped him. You ain't whip him, you ain't get him good enough. But, and I believe if he had said, if it can be proven, Mason Rudolph got to go. I ain't talking about for no counseling. He needs to, whatever the punishment is for Myles Garrett, he got to suffer the same such fate.
Well, he would suffer it in the big picture in that locker room because it'd be over.
Yeah.
It would be.
Yeah.
It's such a disappointing situation.
It's
eroded even further wherever the truth may lie. Gentlemen, really great points this morning.
NFL, y'all better stop leaking stuff, too.
No mercy.
Did you know that as many as 7 out of 10 adults wished they played a musical instrument? Unfortunately, many never do because they think it's either too late for them to start or too expensive. Musician is an online music education platform rethinking the way people learn music. It's the fun, easy, and affordable way to learn guitar, piano, bass, or even singing. Just download the app to your desktop, tablet, or phone and start playing. Musician is perfect whether you're just starting out or have been playing for years. Enjoy thousands of popular songs and expertly crafted lessons and exercises across dozens of genres. Compared to private lessons, Musician is more affordable and lets you learn on your own schedule. You'll get bite-sized lessons, easy-to-follow instructions, and exercises tailored to your goals. Using Musician to learn an instrument like guitar or piano is much better than trying to teach yourself. So, if you've been wanting to learn an instrument or simply want some help getting back to playing, check out Musician. You can get an extended 14-day free trial of their Premium Plus package at musician.com/play. That's unlimited lessons and unlimited songs on as many instruments as you want for 2 whole weeks. Just go to musician.com/play to start your free trial today. That's YOUSICIAN.com/play.
No mercy.
Dak and the Cowboys come into this matchup with the #1 total offense in the NFL. However, Bill Belichick's Patriots currently sport the league's #1 total defense, which should be a significant test for Dallas. Both teams leading their divisions, but of course Dallas has Philly breathing down its neck. cannot afford to slip up here. Shannon, who wins this one, Cowboys or Patriots?
Now, Jen, I don't know if you know this, but this show has been on the air for 3 years. A little after September, I think September 6th was our 3-year anniversary. And the man across the table from me has told me just how great the guy for the Dallas Cowboys, the starting quarterback, is. I've heard so many people, why isn't Dak Prescott named in the MVP discussion? I read the article of Todd Archer. I've read the article of Clarence Hill Jr. Dak, number 1 in yards passing, number 1 in yards per attempt, number 1 in QBR.
Yada.
Yeah.
Just a mountain. It's building up to a mountain of MVP stats.
Yes.
It's over. He is the MVP.
I keep hearing Jerry Jones in early October said, Brady and Dak, I see a lot of similarities. Well, this is your opportunity, Dak Prescott. This is the
there
moment.
We go.
This is the crescendo.
Yeah.
This is the zenith, the apex, the denouement. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Skip Bayless, you say he's an MVP? Well, this is time to show it.
No.
This is the time to show it.
That's what you're going to do.
Take the show. Look, the circus doesn't stay in just when it was, there's no longer, I don't think any circus. I think no Ringling Brothers closed down. The circus moved. One city to the next, close to the train tracks, come up, unload, go to the next city. Dak Prescott, time for you to take this show on the road. Take this circus on the road. Be what Skip Bayless and all them Dak-loving Prescott fans, what they applaud you for.
Kind of like he did as a rookie at Lambeau Field when he outplayed Aaron Rodgers.
There you go.
Take that show on the road in 2016, Dak. Go ahead.
Yeah. So this is the moment that I've been waiting for. If he is what you said he is, because you know what, Skip Bayless, my grandfather say, boy, don't put all your eggs in one basket, because if you trip on your way to the market, you lose everything. Well, I'm putting all my eggs in Dak Prescott basket.
Woo!
I put them all in his basket. Amari, Randall Cobb, Michael Gallup, Zeke Elliott, and that offensive line. If you are what you say you are, Dak, you'll deliver me this victory. Now, I'm going to close up the shop because I don't anticipate you being able to come in. I'm closing up the shop, Skip Bayless. Shave's Restaurant.
Yep.
I'm only opening for one guy, and it needs to be Tom Brady. He needs to come and get the special, the Hot L special.
So now it's a loser.
It's a both.
It went out of business one time, so you reversed it too. Only losers get to come to my restaurant.
You guys couldn't put me out of business, so I had to, open up so you guys could come.
Got it.
I'm going to take the Cowboys, 26-24. And the reason why I'm going to take them because I believe the Cowboys defense will generate enough pressure. Tom Brady is the worst. Not second, third, 15th. He is the worst quarterback when pressured. That is the utmost. Okay, D-Law.
That is true.
Okay, Robert Quinn.
Yep.
Okay, Malik Collins. Okay, Michael Bennett.
Yep.
Go earn them checks. Go get it today. I'm looking. I'm going to be watching that game. I ain't watching no more games. I'm going to have the TV or I'm going to have that one game on because normally I try to watch about 5 or 6 games, Jen. I don't want to watch but one.
Really?
I don't want to watch but one. Okay. I'm going to watch every throw. I'm going to watch every run. Every block. So when I come in here on Monday, Skip Bayless, if your guy haven't delivered me from evil, it's going to be trouble. 26-24 Cowboys.
Okay. By the way, there is a warm-up act that I'll be watching in the 1 o'clock Eastern window because I need those Seahawks to beat those Eagles so that I can have a free pass up at Foxborough where it won't really matter win, lose, or draw. What a shrewd pick by my partner, Shannon Sharpe. It was the perfect way out of this, to cover both bases, to talk out of both sides of your mouth, to dare Dak Prescott, show me you're the MVP.
Yep.
And if he does, you can say, well, I picked him. So if your worst nightmare happens, you can come in here on Monday when I'm banging on this desk.
No, you can't.
Hell, Dak Prescott, and you can say, I picked him.
Yep.
I picked him.
I did.
So what's the point?
I did.
No big deal. So he was the MVP on Sunday. So, no, I told you he was going to be the MVP. That's basically what you're going to say, right?
I don't know what I'm going to say. How do you know? You putting words, like you tell me, you're putting words in my mouth? I haven't spoken yet.
So, this is not easy for me.
Yeah, I can tell.
But there is a silver lining here.
There ain't no silver lining.
Because the truth is, this is the first game in my entire career on television, dating back to 2004, in which I can't lose.
Yes, you can.
I love Tom Brady. I love Dak Prescott even more than Tom Brady. But I love both of them enough that Either way, not going to crush me. I'll take some satisfaction either way.
No, you won't.
Because you lose both ways. Either way, you lose.
This is not about me.
This is about me. My allegiance is obviously torn in two directions, so I did lose a little bit of sleep over this. But I remind you, for me, this is a Super Bowl preview. In August, I said, well, actually early September before the season started, I said, sitting in this chair, New England over Dallas in the Super Bowl. Did I not say that?
Yeah, that's your pick.
Super Bowl preview. So one of us on this show does not ever flip on his picks. One of us just says, I stand by what I said. So because I have New England over Dallas in the Super Bowl, then I have to go New England over Dallas on November 24th in Foxborough.
No, you don't have to.
Interesting.
Yes.
Why you got to do that?
I'm being consistent.
Skip, you said the Super Bowl. This is not the Super Bowl.
Well, this is the prelude, and this happens to be in Brady's house, so I think I have to lean slightly to Tom Brady. So I'm going to go, after much soul searching, I'm going to go New England 31, Dallas 28. And by the way, New England averages 31 points a game at home. So I'm going to go 31-28 on a late field goal by Nick Folk. He will be a folk hero once again, but this time for New England, not for Dallas. He originally was a draft choice of the Dallas Cowboys. It was a long time ago because Nick Folk is 35 years of age and did not kick all of last year. And now he's in the crosshairs for the New England Patriots, the odds-on favorite to win this year's Super Bowl. Nick Folk will make a field goal to win this game, just the way Adam Vinatieri used to make them for Tom Brady. I think it will come down to a field goal. It's a close call for me because I do believe both quarterbacks will have big, great games.
I love how you try to do that, Skip Bayless. You think you're slick. You really think you're slick. Oh, I'm so torn. I mean, if I win, I mean, Tom Brady, I like him. I like Dak Prescott. So you like Tom Brady, but you love the Cowboys and Dak Prescott, yet you took the guy that you like, Tom Brady, over the team that you've been liking since you were 14.
No, 10.
Okay, 10. How is that possible?
What have I been telling you for a good month, if not 6 or 8 weeks on this show? I love my quarterback. I have been right about my quarterback from the start.
But you're going to be wrong about him this time.
I do not love my team this year because I can't find one thing to love except for my quarterback.
Oh, stop it.
I have told you from the start, and I saw it again at Detroit. Detroit.
Really?
They almost lost to Jeff Driscoll. They almost turned him into Jeff Brady. It was an eyesore of a game that got dicey at the end of the game. It took a slick completion by an MVP candidate, Dak Prescott, to Shannon Jarwin, or otherwise known as Blake Jarwin, to kill the clock and end the game. That's how dicey it got at the end of the game. I was afraid Jeff Driscoll was going to get the ball back and beat us 36-35 on a 2-point conversion at the end of the game. So only one player on my team has lived up to his potential, and that's the quarterback who has exceeded what I expected of him. Everybody else has underperformed, underachieved, including Amari Cooper, who, by the way, is only 16th in the NFL in catches.
Right.
Because it's not his fault. He's just been hurt the whole year. He's been in and out of the lineup the whole year.
But think about this, Skip. He's 16th in catching, but 4th in yards.
Okay.
So he might not get a whole bunch of them, but he does a whole bunch of things. He does a lot of things with it.
The reason he's not leading in catches is he's been in and out of
Well, he ain't going to lead
he
over
missed
Michael
the
Thomas.
whole Jets game.
Until Drew Brees retires, Michael Thomas is going to be almost leading the league in catches.
All right, but I'm just saying this is a very special connection, and I hope it rises and shines again at Foxborough.
Why you wanted to rise and shine? You picked the Patriots.
Well, I told you both quarterbacks are going to have big games, good games.
This game will be won in 2 areas, Skip. The Cowboys must be what they are and who they are on third down, which is the #1 team on third down by a long shot, and they got to be great in the red zone. You can't kick field goals, especially in New England, and beat that team. So if they're great on third down, if they're great in the red zone, they're going to win comfortably.
By the way, my quarterback leads the whole league in passing yards on third and long. Third and long. That's another MVP stat. They're piling up everywhere.
Well, he either going to get a boost or his MVP case.
Okay. Now, here's my bottom line to this game. I've told you this many times. I do not bet against that number 12, especially when he's at home and when he is heavily doubted. That's when he is most dangerous. And especially when he's up against a defense that, I'm sorry, I cannot trust. The Dallas defense has underperformed all year. I still don't know how the Dallas defense held Drew Brees on a Thursday night late last season at Jerry World to 127 yards passing and a QBR of 15 on a scale of 0 to 100. I still don't understand how that defense in a home playoff game last year shut down the number one rushing attack in all of pro football, Seattle's, held it to 73 yards rushing and held Russell Wilson to 150-odd yards passing until the 2-minute warning when he hit little Tyler Lockett for 53 yards. I don't know how they did that because those were two gems. Those are two virtuoso defensive performances, and I haven't really seen one all year from this team. So it boils down to me to Tom Brady at home against the Dallas defense without Leighton Vander Esch. And again, he hasn't had a great year, but he can fly.
You got Sean Lee.
Okay, but I'm just saying, speed, I'll take Leighton Vander Esch. Cover Leighton Vander Esch. It scares me. Or do I want Dak against the Belichick defense when Dak has lost his best offensive lineman, the number one grade offensive lineman in that across that 5, Lyle Collins, almost certainly will not play. And I don't love Dak without Zeke because Zeke has been a shell of himself. I'm going to say it one more time. And I just watched him go for a grand total of 45 yards against the 26th worst defense in this league, Detroit's. He went for 45 yards. That's 2.8 a carry. So what's he going to do against Belichick's defense?
No, we ain't worried about
Zeke.
So
Dak goes in once again with one arm tied behind his back.
Oh, no.
His left arm is tied behind his back.
I know what Pat Mahomes did to that defense.
Yeah.
I know what my homeboy did.
And you know what? Here's the bottom line. Tom Brady finally has a left tackle. Isaiah Wynn is activated. First-round pick. He's played only 2 NFL games, but I will bet you Tom Brady will get one more second to throw in the pocket, and that 1 second is lethal.
Robert Quinn gonna have his way.
Yeah, well, has he had his way all year? I haven't seen enough.
Oh, young guy like
he lay down the law.
Young guy like that.
No.
Robert Quinn gonna hit it with that hop, rip,
Yeah.
down.
I'm sorry, I just can't make enough case for Dak or bust against Brady and Belichick.
24 Cowboy.
Yep.
And I'm gonna come in here and look in the camera.
I sure hope you're right. Yep. Well, you did nice. That was a really slick pick on your part.
So what am I supposed to do? You want me to pick the Patriots?
I know what your heart says.
No, the heart said Cowboys.
Yeah.
I told you last week.
This is actually a can't win for you because somebody's going to win. Brady or Belichick, and Brady or Dak, and you're going to have a hard time on
I'm
Monday.
hoping for a tie.
Yeah. Thank you. Now you admit it. Finally, you admit it.
No mercy. No mercy.
All right, the Texans beat the Colts 20-17 last night to take over sole possession of first place in the AFC South. Deshaun Watson finishing just shy of 300 passing yards. DeAndre Hopkins catching 2 deep touchdown passes, including the go-ahead score early in the fourth quarter. Shannon, how impressed were you by the Texans' performance?
I was impressed with their offense because I think their offense can be dynamic. If they have 2 outstanding receivers, D-Hop, who's one of the top 2 or 3 receivers in all of football, Fuller the 5th. When he can stay healthy, Skip, he has the speed to get downfield in a hurry. And Deshaun does a great job of throwing him the football. They can run the football fairly well with Carlos Hyde and Duke Johnson, but their defense leaves a lot to be desired. I'm shocked. Now, I picked the Texans, but after watching that game and following it, I'm like, the Colts are just going to run out the clock. Skip, they couldn't stop the run. And that's the best offensive line in football, Skip. I've seen it. I don't care what anybody says about the Eagles. I don't care what anybody says about the Cowboys. The Indianapolis Colts have the best offensive line in football. Those Costanza and Quinn Nelson and Kelly and Globin and Brandon Smith, that's the best offensive line.
I hear you.
They did that with no Marlon Mack. So that was the second and third running back.
You know what? The truth is, I'm watching the game and I'm thinking, they are turning into they're turning in a former 5th-round pick who's bounced around the league, Jonathan Williams, into somebody who looks better than Ezekiel Elliott to me. He's just running wild.
Wasn't that his first touchdown since like 2016 or 17?
Yeah.
And Hines was gashing them. 39 rushes, 175 yards, 4.5 a carry.
Yep.
I just thought they were going to run out the clock. But then, all of a sudden, they signed Nelson Aguilar. T.Y. Hill. I couldn't tell. They both were 13, Skip. If he catch one of those passes, I believe the game is different. And he dropped both of them. And it gave the Texans, ended up getting off the field because he was going to score on that one. The guy tried to jet it, what we call jet, which is undercut the pass.
Yep.
He catches that ball, Skip, and turns up. It's a touchdown.
I thought he might have scored on both of them, actually. That one, if he'd turned and broken loose, I thought he was gone.
But he just needed to catch that one.
Yep.
The other one, Skip, this one right here, he's to the house.
Yep.
He's to the house. And he drops both of them, and we all know. Skip, if they make the playoffs, they'd be the team, doesn't matter who they play, I'm going to pick the team that they're playing to beat them. Because I've seen their story before.
Yep.
Every year it's the same thing. Remember, the Colts went there last year and ran the ball down their throat, took the ball away, sacked Deshaun, took the ball away from him. No, I don't trust their defense. Their defense looked bad. Skip, they're getting 5, 6, 7 yards a clip. They don't wrap up. On the touchdown run, Skip, they had him in the hole. 3, 4 guys hit him. He bounces it.
One guy just smacked it.
No.
Oof.
I was impressed with their offense, but their defense, nah. And as a team, I don't think they can go very far. They can make the playoffs, but they're not going very far. I don't see them winning the game.
I agree with your takeaway. I sat right here and I picked the Colts to win this game 20-17, and I thought they were on the way to doing so. But quick thought on the Colts strategy. I don't know if they had time to actually study game tape last week, but there's this guy named DeAndre Hopkins. He's actually pretty good.
Why would you single him up?
Every time I looked up, he's singled, and sometimes he's singled on the rookie.
Yes.
Well, what are you doing?
No.
Well, what are you thinking? And then Malik Hooker just completely blows one coverage, and you let him run free, DeAndre Hopkins run free to the end zone, and Deshaun just sort of threw him a lollipop, like, here, just turn around and catch it, flat-footed. Really? What are you doing? There it is. He's just wide open, all alone, end zone. That's DeAndre Hopkins.
No, you can't do that.
Right?
And you definitely don't want that guy one-on-one with a rookie, Skip.
Yep.
Why would you ever single him up?
Okay, and then T.Y. Hilton. In 8 games in that building, he has averaged 133 yards receiving. That's a lot of catches in 8 games, 8 career games. Now, he's been out for 3 weeks, and you said yesterday you were skeptical about whether he'd even be able to play, and they did have him on a snap count. But still, those 2 plays, they're both 3rd and 4 plays, late 3rd, early 4th quarter. They're game breakers, where the first one, you're ahead 17-13. The next one, you're behind 20-17. But they're just 2 game breakers. It's T.Y. Hilton.
Yeah.
He kills them in that building.
Yeah.
And he killed his own team. And after the game, he took 100% of the blame. He said, put it on me. I'm also going to put some of the blame on the officials, otherwise known as the referees.
Oh, they blew that one.
How did this happen? There's T.Y. one more time. So Deshaun runs for 6 yards trying to kill the clock. It's down to the 35-yard line. Here we go. And the ball is loose, and Darius Leonard
takes it
away. He's got it, and he goes to the ground with it. And the statement issued by the officials after the game said there was no clear recovery, that the offense recovered the football.
No, they didn't.
No, Darius Leonard's got it in his arms, and he said after the game, I had the football. And he said that Deshaun told him, you had the football.
Right.
What are you doing? And I'm not saying that would have decided the game because they would have had it down around the 35.
Right.
They'd have to go the other way to tie, maybe, with 50 seconds left. Okay? Adam Vinatieri has struggled, but would you put money on him to tie the game at the buzzer?
Yeah.
From 45 yards? Would you put money? I'd bet on Adam Vinatieri to make that field goal.
Still, you got to go. You got to go to the replay. You got to see that.
They didn't even stop the game.
And Skip, they said, don't blow it. Don't blow the whistle. We can always go back and say that he was down or yada, yada, yada. Take that to the replay. Why the hell you got replay, Skip, if you're not going to use it? That's the prime time to use the replay. Let's go back. Okay, we can see he fumbled the ball. Maybe they thought, well, he was down and Darius Leonard ripped it out. No. He loose. Yes, the ball is loose. You can clearly see it. You can clearly see the ball. Darius Leonard takes the ball, and he has it. And you don't review that?
I don't get it.
Why wouldn't you?
I don't know. It's just another blunder. Like, this league is so great. It's better than that.
Right.
It's up to you in the last 2 minutes. You got to stop the play and take a look. Just satisfy the viewers that, oh, we looked. And then if you want to conclude there's no clear recovery, I guess I have to live with that. But it's hard to live with this.
Right, because when you didn't even review it to see if there was a clear recovery, how you going to tell? First of all, how can you tell there wasn't a clear recovery?
I don't know.
The side judge, that guy right there, who can see that, Skip? Look, he's got 3 guys blocking his view. So how do you know it wasn't a clear recovery? You didn't even think it was a fumble.
It sure looks like a clear recovery.
Yeah.
And Darius Leonard was adamant after the game, I had the football.
Skip, if he thought it was a fumble, what you supposed to do? Where's the little blue bean bag? The ball's on the ground. I ain't seen no bean bag.
No.
So he didn't even think it was a fumble to begin with.
Another game marred, but I'm with you. Both teams got some issues, so I don't think the winner of this division is going to go very far.
No. But, man, close offensive line.
It's serious business. Yep.
They for real.
Yep. And Jacoby wasn't great last night, but he can look pretty good behind that line.
But that's the thing, though, Skip. I mean, one game, if you remember the game that they played, 2-3 weeks ago, he was unbelievable against the Texans.
Yep, he was.
And then he comes back. You look at him against Kansas City.
They won the game, but they won mostly just running it down Kansas City's throat and controlling the clock.
That's what you got to do. I mean, they got an offensive line that can do it.
Yep.
Well, the Texans seems to be making a habit of rebounding big from losses, and it was a good get-right game for Will Fuller. He was coming back from Miami, 140 yards, even though we didn't find the end zone.
Too. I would agree.
Yeah, because he got shut down against the Rams.
No mercy.
All right, according to Fox Bet, the Eagles are 1.5-point home favorites against the Seahawks this weekend. Philly is a game behind Dallas in the NFC East heading into this weekend, so boy, a victory sure would go a long way. Shannon, who comes out on top on this one, Seahawks or Eagles?
Here we go.
This is tough for me, Skip, baby. This is real tough for me. Because you know the MVP front runner right now, old Russ.
That's what you tell me.
I trust.
Yeah.
But it's now or never. This is the Philadelphia Eagles, Skip. This is their Waterloo. This is their last stand. And walking to them is going to have to outplay Russell Wilson. Now, they're up against a different task than what they were last week. Tom Brady's not going anywhere. The Statue of Liberty has moved more than 250 years than Tom Brady moves. And you know the Statue of Liberty is when they put it in Ellis Island, it hadn't gone anywhere.
I think that's a gross exaggeration.
No, it ain't. You know it's the truth. You know it's the truth. But Russell Wilson's going to be everywhere. Pocket, left, right, and he might just take off and get 20 yards rushing. Carson, they can run the football with him, but I'm going to take the Eagles. Like I said, this is their moment. They cannot afford to give up any more ground because the schedule, now all of a sudden they're going to have Miami and they get Washington and they get the Giants twice the next 4 weeks. They can really do some damage. This game will go a long way because I believe they can sweep over the next month. So with that being said, I'm going to take the Eagles 30-24. Their defense played well last week. Seattle, Skip, look at Seattle's defense. The 29th in pass defense, the 28th in sack. The big name guy on that defense is Jadeveon Clowney. He doesn't have a whole lot of sacks, but he's very disruptive. And so with that being said, hopefully Lane Johnson, I'm sure he's still in concussion protocol. He comes back with Peters on the left side. I'm going to take them in a close ball game. They need this game to stay in touch with the Cowboys because I'm anticipating the Cowboys win on Sunday. So we're going to be a game back. And when they come see us, we're going to win that game, and then we be game in the front. Yep.
Oh, so if you beat them once, you get 2 games?
No.
Is that how that works?
Yeah. We'll be in the front.
Oh.
Because we beat you guys last. We had the exact same record. I don't know how y'all going to be in front of us, but y'all got a better division record than we do. But at the end of the day, we're going to win the division, y'all going to miss the playoffs. So that's what I'm saying in a nutshell.
We haven't lost a game in the division.
But
undefeated.
How that's going to look, Skip? How that's going to look? That's going to look really bad for you. You will lose 1 game in the division and you don't make the playoffs. Ooh. Must be sucks to be a Cowboys fan.
Just a quick historical note. You said this is the Eagles' Waterloo. You realize Napoleon lost at Waterloo.
It's his last dance.
Okay. So are you predicting then that they're going to lose
He
Waterloo?
had to make a last stand.
They're going to win their Waterloo. I get it. Okay.
You had to put
I don't know. I can't put it all together.
We got to make a stand somewhere, Skip. He went down.
I think we have revisionist history going on here, but that's okay.
What they found this our Liberty Bell moment then. We gonna unite, we gonna stand together and fight.
You're gonna crack.
No, we're not.
That's what you're gonna do.
I need Aguilar to get some hands. You want to borrow these, Nelson?
Yeah.
Because these things good. They're still in good shape now.
I'm sure they are. I think you can still catch it. I don't know if you could get open, but you could catch
I can get open.
Yeah.
I can run one
Maybe if
seam
you
route.
could push and shove, you could get open. So, my answer to this question is Pro Football Focus yesterday released a ranking of every quarterback in every conceivable throw. Like every way, shape, and form you can throw or deliver a football, they ranked quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
Your man, and you are in the Hall of Fame, you've been telling me all along last 3 weeks, Russell Wilson is clearly the MVP frontrunner, and you just stated that again, right?
I said he has a small lead over Lamar.
Small lead.
Yes.
Whatever. Depending on what category we're in, you either say he's running away with it.
No, he was running away before last week.
Okay. So Pro Football Focus ranked all these quarterbacks, and guess who? There are 35 different kinds of throws, the ways you can play quarterback. Mm-hmm. And in 8 of the 35 categories, Russell Wilson won. And that won the whole, that just ran away with the poll.
I guess I didn't lie.
You were exactly right.
Thank you very much.
He won 8 categories. He's ranked number 1. Aaron Rodgers had 4. Guess what? Kirk Cousins had 5.
Tell me what your guy got.
My guy had 1, which is first read. My guy, Dak Prescott, he's the best in the league at first read throws.
In other words, the guy's open, he throws it to him, Gene. That's what that means.
Okay. By the way, Tom Brady was first in 2 categories, which is pretty interesting since somebody says Tom Brady is washed up across from me. The washed king in all of sports, hashtag washed king, is actually Tom Brady, who wins 2 categories. I don't know how he won. He won best targeting slot receivers.
It's Julian Edelman.
Okay, all right, I got it. But he also has number 1 in perfect passes, perfectly thrown to away from the defensive leverage or to allow run after catch. The most perfect passes thrown this year by a quarterback, Tom Brady.
Skip, guess what he's throwing? He's throwing swing passes to James White. He's throwing the shallow cross, option routes to Julian Edelman.
Swing passes have a sort of subtle brilliance to them if you lead said swinger, right?
Yes.
Okay, lead him for a big game. So Russell Wilson won best overall quarterback.
Best.
He won best throwing inside the numbers.
Yep.
That's pretty good. He was number 1 in lowest percentage of turnover-worthy plays. That's pretty great. He was best at throwing 1 to 9 yard passes. That's really good. Plus, he was best at 20-plus yard passes. Mm-hmm. What? Boy, that's really...
Throw it short, throw it long. He's good at all that.
Number 1 in scramble drill, Russell Wilson.
Yep.
Wow.
No surprise there.
Number 1. Now, this cuts against that. Number 1 in 5-step drop concept. So on pure pocket passing, he's number 1.
Yeah, no surprise.
Wow,
no
5-step drops.
Yeah, all right.
And finally, he's number 1 on long developing throws, which runs counter to 5-step drops.
Right.
So if it takes a while.
But we know that his improvisational skills are second to none, Skip.
8 categories. Runaway, hands down, MVP, Russell Wilson.
I've been saying that.
So, I got Russell Wilson over Carson Wentz? Are you kidding me? Over Carson, bounce it to him Wentz? I mean, this is a quarterback mismatch. Am I right?
Okay.
Well, am I right? Carson Wentz won none categories.
It seems on paper that this would be a mismatch. But so did Buster Douglas and Mike Tyson.
Now Carson Wentz is Buster Douglas. I'll take that.
So did the Miracle on Ice.
Yeah.
The U.S. hockey team against the Soviets.
You'll say that Carson Wentz will close his eyes and throw one lucky bomb that will hit the visitors right in the jaw, right?
No, well, he better throw that. He better throw that bomb to Zach Ertz because I don't feel comfortable if he throws that ball to Nelson Aguilar.
Okay, so the guy I watched, Carson Wentz against Tom Brady, was mostly awful in that game. And to your credit, you came right in here on Monday and said that.
Yep.
This is a huge turning point game for him. We saw the Bleacher Report piece in which his decline has been precipitous this year from what he once was before he got hurt that year when he was on, I don't know if he's the MVP frontrunner, but he was right in the middle of the MVP race when he tore up his knee at the Rams out here at the Coliseum. So now his leadership was questioned in the offseason. His accuracy is being questioned. His inability to take what's given to him.
Correct.
There's the quote that Josina Anderson had a few weeks back in which somebody in the locker room, probably a receiver, said even Peyton Manning would check it down every once in a while.
Right.
He won't do it. He throws home runs, and he still doesn't have his home run catcher in Deshaun back.
Correct.
And it's Zach Ertz or bust a lot of games, so he's just looking for 86 or not. And sometimes he gets 86th.
Well, Goddard's going to come through for us.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, they're both good. Those are two
and maybe
really good
Alshon's
players.
back.
Yeah.
If Alshon's back.
I think it sounds like he might be.
Yeah.
Okay, so you got all that going for you, but right now, Seattle at 8-2, pretty much on fire. On defense, they're on fire thanks to Jadeveon. He has ignited that defense.
I mean, think about this, Skip. I mean, you can't afford. The Minnesota Vikings are the 6th seed at 8-3. Let that sink in for just a second. They're the 6th seed at 8-3. You can't lose any more games now. That's it.
Okay, so I got Russell Wilson 24-21. I'll give you 21 at home, but I will.
Oh, you'll give us
24.
that?
Yep.
Walk it to them good for that.
Yeah. They'll run the ball some and get. They'll
Walk it to them.
Yeah.
You gonna see why I call it walk it to them after Sunday.
Really?
About 4 o'clock. You'll see why.
I see give it to them a lot.
The nicknames y'all come up with, absolutely epic. All right, great stuff, gentlemen.
No mercy.
All right, Ezekiel Elliott coming off back-to-back games with fewer than 50 rushing yards. Meanwhile, Dak Prescott has slowly played his way into becoming a dark horse MVP candidate. Now, an ESPN article goes so far as to write, quote, "It's time to stop pretending the Cowboys run their offense through Zeke. This is Dak's offense, and the Cowboys are a better team for it." We're joined by NFL sports analyst Eric Dickerson now. Good morning. Thanks for being here with us.
Good morning.
All right, Skip's been all over this argument for several weeks. He's been telling folks, do you agree the Cowboys offense should run through Dak versus Zeke?
Well, I've been hearing Skip saying that Zeke is having a bad year and Zeke's not the same player. First of all, none of us are the same players after our first 2 or 3 years. So let's get that straight.
Well,
right
you know what? That is a scary notion when you just gave him $50 million guaranteed for the future.
Yeah, still. But one thing is that this offense still runs through Zeke. It really does because, you look at the game last week when they played the Detroit Lions. If I'm the Lions, you have one guy you want to stop. It's like, we're going to let Dak throw the ball. We're going to see if he can beat us. Let's make him beat us. Even a few weeks ago when you watched San Francisco and Seattle play, one thing Seattle said, we're not going to let the 49ers run the football. We're going to make Garoppolo beat us. They did. And the same thing here. I mean, it's like Zeke is the guy. If you sit in a room when they're going over defensive schemes and offensive schemes, especially defense, the main thing is don't let him get on track. Slow him down. 45 yards is not a lot of yards for sure, but it's when those yards come. It's certain times. It's a first down that you get. I know that people want to see the big numbers. If Zeke has over 200 yards in that football game, the Cowboys don't just win by 8 points. They win by 14 points, at least 10 points. That's the difference. But it's no doubt. I like Dak. I mean, I've liked Dak since day one. When I first saw him in the preseason, I'm like, man, this guy can throw the football. It's not that I don't like him. The Cowboys have such a luxury of having Zeke and Dak. That is a luxury. They have Amari Cooper.
Gallup.
They have Gallup. They have a lot of weapons. I mean, I hate when they say, this is his team. This is his team. This is a football team. But really, the team, when you look at that football team, if I'm on defense, I guarantee you this week when they play the Patriots, the first thing Bill Belichick will say, don't let 21 beat us. We're gonna see. We're gonna see if Dak can beat us. So for me, it still runs through Zeke, but they run together. It's together. It's not just one guy without if you take Zeke totally away from that football team, you'll see a different football team. If you take Dak away, you'll see a totally different football team. So they're together.
You just will not give it.
No, and I ain't
Tell me
giving
when
it
it's
up.
my turn.
And it's not your turn. Because I ain't giving it up either. Yeah, still his team. Skip Bayless. Okay, let's see what they're doing. Dak is 2-10 when Zeke runs for 75 yards or less. Those 2 wins, the Giants and the Lions. One got 2 wins, the other got 3.
Yeah.
So who the hell he beat?
We're talking about this year.
Okay.
This year.
Okay, he got 2 wins.
Yeah, this year.
Okay, what about the Saints? How many yards Zeke have? What was his record against them? Okay, how did he do against Minnesota? Those are playoff teams. You see what I'm saying? You see the real current theme here, Skip? He's beating up.
How did you do?
Huh?
Zeke?
Yeah.
They would have won the game if they hadn't put the ball back in Zeke's hand.
That's his dog's old Zeke.
What are you talking about? Well, we even
I don't
saw
think it's your turn. I don't
Star
think
Telegram had a source quote the other day saying they finally realized they made a big mistake that game.
Stop reading the paper.
When it was second and 2
When I
at the
told you about
11,
reading
and
the
they
paper.
gave it to Zeke twice and then threw it to Zeke on 4th down. Bad ideas.
I've asked you to stop reading the paper, especially Homer papers like the Star Telegram.
That's not a Homer quote.
Yeah, it is. But hey, this is what I'm trying to figure out here. Now, when Zeke had this thing going, everybody didn't want to give Zeke no credit. They're talking about that offensive line. They dominant. Ty Smith, Zach Martin. The reason why they took all these guys in the first round is they wanted to be able to run the football. And that offensive line.
Nobody wanted to give Zeke
Whoa.
credit.
Let me finish.
I kept screaming he's the best back in football.
Skip. But at some point in time, if Zeke is not the same guy, are those the same guys that's opening hole? Ty Smith with back surgery and knee surgeries. Travis Frederick missed all of last year. Zach Martin has been bothered by back and knee. Lyle Collins is in and out of the lineup.
He's out.
And you don't like Connor Williams, period.
And he just came back from knee surgery.
Exactly.
Yep.
But that's all Zeke. But Skip, here's the thing.
If you're that guy, if you're ED, Eric Dickerson, you just find holes and make holes.
That's not always.
Yes, it
That's
is.
not always. That's
yes,
not
it
true.
is. Eric Dickerson be averaging 105 yards behind that line right now. You know it, and I know it.
Skip, before
Not you right now, but in your prime. Yes.
Skip, before I turn it over to you, I also think that when you have Zeke back there, he's still Zeke Elliott. Even though he's not putting up the yards that we're customarily used to seeing him put up. Imagine if a team knows that Dak is going to throw the ball 45, 50 times. Now he's going to face more different coverages because there's never going to be a chance that you can sneak that guy down in the box. You look at Minnesota. Harrison Smith very, very rarely played in the middle of the field. He was at the line of scrimmage.
I'm sorry. I saw him all over the pass coverage, like all over it. I think you guys are grossly exaggerating. I'm not seeing 9 men in the box anymore. I'm just seeing him play straight up coverage defense.
What did Jerry say? Jerry said again when they played Minnesota. What did Jerry say?
You mean after Minnesota?
After they played Minnesota, what did Jerry say after the game? Everybody knew they were not letting Zeke Elliott. And even Jason Garrett said that completion to Blake Jarwin, was a result of what, Skip? When he faked that ball in Zeke Elliott's belly, everybody and their mama ran over there to see if he had it.
You mean at the end of the Detroit game?
Yes.
After Zeke had gone nowhere on first down.
He had gone nowhere on first down.
11 times they gave it to him on first down at Detroit against the 26th ranked defense, and he went basically nowhere 11 times.
And guess what, Skip? He went nowhere on first down, and yet still, when he faked the ball in the guy's belly on 2nd and 10, everybody went over there.
I don't think everybody did. I just think Blake Jarwin got open on a rollout pass. Because there was a threat that Dak was going to tuck the ball and run with it.
Skip.
That's what happened.
No.
Hey, you guys are living in the past because your pride is up, just like Jerry's pride is up. He even defended him on his radio show last Monday and said, we will give the ball to 21. Remember, he said he's still one of the best players in the National Football League.
He is.
He's speaking with his pride and his wallet because Jerry knows deep down, I'm looking like I made a big mistake. I gave him way too much
Jerry
money.
don't make mistakes.
Oh, yeah, he does. He does make mistakes. So Bill Barnwell, I have nothing but respect for because he is ESPN's NFL expert analyst. And he just lays it on the line, and I'm going to read these quotes one more quick time. It's time to stop pretending that the Cowboys run their offense through Zeke or that Dak Prescott needs the star running back to create throwing opportunities. This is Dak's offense, and the Cowboys are better for it. Then he goes on to say that Zeke has looked ordinary in 2019. By his standards, he has looked ordinary. We haven't seen much burst, says Bill Barnwell. I've been saying that for a month. Where is he? Where's the little break? Just some break. He ran 4.4 at the combine. I'm not seeing it. He looks like he's plodding in Cabo sand right now. I don't see attack mode. I don't see contagious rage that he used to run with the greatest body lean I've ever seen from any back. And finally, Bill Barnwell concludes the arguments that Dak Prescott needed an effective Elliott to move the ball as a passer weren't supported by past evidence and look downright foolish now. Downright foolish. And he makes the case that when Tony Pollard has been on the football field in place of Zeke, they have been slightly more effective because Tony, as a rookie, has a little bit more burst. He's a little more electric than Zeke is right now, and I'm not making the case I want Tony Pollard to replace Zeke.
What you saying?
I'm just saying.
They're not afraid of Tony Pollard, trust me.
Okay.
If Tony Pollard,
I don't think the Patriots are afraid of Ezekiel Elliott.
Well, how about this here? Fox NFL expert Shannon Sharpe said they still need to run the ball through Zeke Elliott.
Well, everybody needs to run the ball some, or you're all in big trouble. So every defensive coordinator says, first thing we got to do is stop the run. But it's not stop Zeke anymore. It's just stop the run.
No, stop Zeke.
Nobody's afraid. Nobody's afraid.
I promise you, ain't nobody afraid of Tony Pollard.
Well, again, Pro Football Focus also ranks the Patriots' run defense 29th in the league. So is this not an opportunity? You're saying, if Dak's the MVP, this is his game. The truth is, if Zeke is that dude now, if he's still that guy, if he's that guy, he should break out. Break out.
One thing you got to remember is that those are pros over there, too. Right. They're professionals. Their job is to stop you. They're just not a bunch of bums. Those are all pros.
Well, I mean, the Patriots. Most people think it's the best. Those are professional players. I mean, look, they did the same. Detroit did the same thing to us. I mean, a year ago we were the hottest team. All of a sudden, boom, we got exposed. Okay, but Eric, he led the league in rushing yards per game for 3 straight years. He dominated this league. Yeah. He's 8th in rushing now.
Hey, wow, he fell off a cliff.
I'd say that's falling off a cliff. That is falling off a cliff.
There's only 8 teams in the league, ain't it?
Yeah. Skip, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
No, you both ought to be ashamed. You got exposed, and it's okay. It's okay. I was right from the start,
you know what?
As usual.
It doesn't matter if it's a historic defense. If Bill Barnwell is right and you're right, it's that team. Show me. He get a chance on Sunday to show me.
No, show me Zeke.
I want to see Zeke. I don't. If I'm Zeke,
you guys say he's still the man.
If I'm Zeke, I'm hurt.
No, you just said
do that by
the offense runs through 21. The Hall of Famer. You're both in the Hall of Fame. You're in there, aren't you?
I just say they work together?
Yeah, they work together. That was a nice way to hedge your bet.
No mercy.
All right, Dak and the Cowboys currently have the #1 total offense in the NFL. But certainly Bill Belichick's Patriots, who, by the way, sport the league's #1 total defense, will put them to the test. Both teams leading their respective divisions, but Dallas has Philly breathing down its neck. Just can't afford a slip-up. All right, Eric. Shannon has the Cowboys. Skip has the Patriots. Who do you have?
Well, I got to start off by saying this now. Me being the ambassador, I'm always for my football team.
Okay.
And I saw earlier where Skip is sitting on the fence. Mm-hmm. I mean, how can you sit on the fence? I mean,
I didn't pick a tie.
You picked the Patriots.
So?
Well,
how's that sitting on the fence?
Because you should always pick your Cowboys, no matter what.
I picked the Patriots to win the Super Bowl over my Cowboys.
It's not the Super Bowl. It's not Super Bowl.
I just don't.
Preview. This is it.
It's not Super Bowl.
If this were a preview at Jerry World, I'd pick Dallas.
Yeah, but
no, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would.
You take that over Tom Brady?
Yeah. At Dallas, I would. There's one guy in sports you don't bet against, and it's that guy in his house.
But he couldn't even beat Kirk Cousins. He couldn't beat Kirk Cousins at home.
Who?
Dak.
I'm talking about Tom Brady.
I'm saying Dak couldn't beat Kirk Cousins, but you're going to pick him over Tom Brady.
At home? Yes, I would.
What did Kirk Cousins beat him?
Well, Dallas. Wait a second. I already told you the Dallas coaches lost.
No.
I told you. Dak was on his way. Was he not on the way to win the game?
No, he was not.
He had moved them from the 6-yard line all the way down to the 11-yard line.
They couldn't take him no further.
But you got to score.
That's it.
It ran out of gas.
Put the ball in Zeke's hands because Jerry just called down from the owner's box and he said, we're paying that man $50 million. That's what probably happened.
He had that electric car and he ran out of juice, Skip.
Okay.
Electric car, you need,
Yeah.
Well, I look at this game as, first of all, the Cowboys are a talented football game. There's no way they should be, 6-4?
6-4.
No way.
There's no way they should be 6-4. And they're going into New England against Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick, to me, I said it last year after he beat the Rams, I think is the greatest coach ever. I think he could be a historian of the game. Bill Belichick is a coach that, we throw the football. But you know what? You going to give us the run? We're going to run today. You know what? You bad on special teams, we're going to really do special teams on you today. That's what makes him so good. I think with the Cowboys, if I had to say the one weak link not the players, the weakling. And I like him, Jason Garrett. It's no way I can take Jason Garrett over Bill Belichick.
Thank you.
I just can't. If I took the quarterbacks right now, I would have to take Dak. I just think, Dak right now is a better quarterback than Tom Brady.
Shannon. Yeah.
Right,
I've been telling you, Dak's, he is the man. Are you admitting I was right all those years?
Hold on.
For 3.5 years, you just admitted it. I was right. Say it. I was right.
I said that Dak is better than Tom Brady. There are a lot of quarterbacks that's better than Tom Brady this year.
But Tom Brady's 42 years old, too. So
age ain't got nothing to do with it.
Okay, all right, no matter.
So who are you picking?
Can I get to my? Can I finish? Is my finish? So I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna take the Patriots. 24-21, the Patriots. Because they're in New England.
Well, you've called Tom Brady an old ass man on this show.
That don't mean he still can't play. He still got Bill Belichick.
So the old ass man can play with Bill Belichick.
Yeah, old Belichick.
Yeah.
Of course. So I'm taking the Patriots to win this 24-21.
Go ahead. I know you want to use some confidence, but go ahead.
This is a Super Bowl preview, and both quarterbacks
You
are
hope
going
it
to
is.
play at a high level in this game, and it's going to be a spectacular showcase to
What's the
watch
temperature gonna
right
be?
here live.
What's the temperature gonna be?
I don't know.
Cold.
I don't know. It's going to be cold and windy. As it
Cowboys,
always
they
is.
used to that.
Dak's really good in the cold.
No, he ain't.
As a rookie, he went up to Lambeau Field.
Skip, you know that was. Why you keep doing that? You know it was September.
It's October.
Okay,
It gets
late
chilly
October.
up there in October.
It was the first week of October.
It was in October. Both quarterbacks are going to play at a high level. But when it comes down to it, am I going to take Tom Brady with Isaiah Wynn back at left tackle, giving him one more second to throw, against a Dallas defense I don't trust? So the guy I don't bet against at home, against a defense I don't trust? Or am I going to take Dak without Lyle Collins, who has been his best offensive lineman and almost certainly will not play? Am I going to take them against Belichick's defense in Foxborough? No, I'm taking the Patriots. And I think it'll go to the wire. Nick folk hero. Once upon a time, Dallas's draft pick will come back to haunt them, 31-28 at the buzzer.
The thing is, what's so amazing? Tom Brady is 119-18 in home regular season games. Skip, in 2002, Broncos, we beat them. He lost 3 games that year. So in 19 years as a starter, minus 2002, the dude has lost 15 games at home. They're virtually unbeatable.
Virtually so.
Yeah, they are.
If you do not cash in when you get your opportunities in the red zone, you can't kick field goals and beat them. You can't do that. If you do not stay on the field, you can't beat them. Now, Skip Bayless has told me, and everybody keep telling me they keep writing these articles. Not Bill Barnwell wrote an article. Todd Archer's wrote like 17 articles. Clarence Hill is trying to win a Pulitzer Prize, Jr.
He just might.
Yeah.
He like them all.
He
like them all.
Telling me that Dak is the MVP. He needed a dark horse. Well, hopefully, Sunday at 4:25, Fox got a lot of trucks out there and put a lot of lights on him. Because I need that dark horse MVP to shine front and center. If he's what you said he is, if he's the truth, he will deliver me this victory. If he doesn't, you know what that means.
You know, one of the things is that I keep going back to this game. The Rams played the Detroit Lions, and the Detroit Lions showed us up. We won the game, just like y'all won the game, barely. Now you have to go play Bill Belichick. And I know Bill Belichick and Matt Patricia have talked and said, this is what you do to the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
You almost let Jeff Driscoll beat you.
That is correct.
I mean, it's like, huh? I mean, really?
Yeah, that wasn't Matthew Stafford. That's Jeff Driscoll.
That's Jeff Driscoll.
Okay.
But he poses a different type of dynamic skill because of his legs. He can make plays with his legs. You want Tom Brady on the move. Tom Brady ain't making no plays with his legs.
Boy, he can make them with his arms.
Yeah, but
still.
you get him out of that pocket.
Okay.
Because he's terrible on the move.
Okay, well, they won't get him out of the pocket.
They won't get him
because
out.
he had Marshall Newhouse at left tackle playing for his 7th team, and he's about to be on the market for his 8th
No,
team
he's not.
because Isaiah Wynn is back. And he's a first-round pick, and he will change the dynamic of this game. What have I told you for a month about my team? I love my quarterback. I do not love my team because the quarterback is the only player on the entire roster that has lived up to, if not exceeded, his potential. Everybody else has underachieved on the football team. Everybody on defense has underachieved. I can't recognize the defense anymore. I can't recognize Zeke anymore.
And sometimes you can't recognize the offense.
You know,
Okay. The offense.
Yeah, when they scored 3 points in the first half against New Orleans, against the Jets. Could you recognize them?
They lead the league in yards.
Against Green Bay? Yeah,
the league.
Skip. A lot of that's trash. Remember, against Green Bay, he had 140 yards when there were 14 points or more behind.
So why did you pick him? You just picked him to win at New England. What's the point?
Because you told me he's the MVP. And I've been reading all these articles.
So you believe in that too?
Yeah, I believe in that.
Somebody wanted to
Drinking
cover
the Kool-Aid.
both faces. Somebody wanted to put himself in a position where he can't lose on Monday because he could come in and say, when Dak has a huge game, he could say, I picked him, right?
Because I'm expecting Zeke to have a big game.
You should have picked him too.
No, I picked New England to win the Super Bowl.
This is not the Super Bowl.
I'm being completely consistent with this. There's one man in sports I don't bet against, especially when he's heavily doubted for a whole week. It's that guy in Foxborough. Better watch out.
He's been doubted for a lot.
Huh?
They're winning games in spite of, not because of.
In spite of? That's just crazy.
Skip, you see the numbers. We're about to talk about a subject a little bit about his numbers. We're gonna have the conversation.
Okay, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
No mercy.
Dak and the Cowboys currently have the #1 total offense in the NFL, which, yes, indeed, will be put to the test against Bill Belichick's Patriots, who, by the way, sport the league's #1 total defense. Both teams leading their respective divisions, but Dallas has Philly breathing down its neck. No room for error. We are joined now by Fox Sports contributor Rob Parker. Rob, this game could be a lose-lose for you.
Yep, Rob, you're
Two
on
favorites
the hottest
here.
seat you've ever been on in the history of this show.
You got to pick, though. Who
This
you got?
is a lose-lose. I don't know where to go here because Tom Brady on one side, the fraudulent Cowboys and Dak Prescott on the other side, the cheating Patriots on the other. So I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah. You're going to pick the rock or the hard place?
Yeah, here we go. Best part about this is Tom Brady's coming in struggling big time. Last 7 games, he's been awful, Skip Bayless. 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions in the last 7 games, 31st in yards per attempt in the last 7 games. And he has his worst quarterback rating of his career. This is where Brady is. And this team has feasted on a lot of bad teams. The defense has done. We saw when they finally played a good team what happened with Baltimore, right? And then on the flip side, you got the Cowboys. The Cowboys are as fraudulent as any team I've seen. All 6 of their wins against teams under 500. They haven't beaten anybody.
Philly's 500.
At 500. 500 or less.
Yes.
Okay, 500 or less. But they haven't beaten anybody. We've seen Philly's been up and down. They've been very streaky. And then they feasted. Dak started the season against some really bad teams, pumped up his stats. Then he had the bad stretch. You know when that bad stretch was? When they played good teams. So I look
Minnesota's a good team, and he was really good.
No, when they lost. Well, how was it against New Orleans? How was that New Orleans?
The New Orleans, he couldn't even throw a touchdown. New Orleans beat the Cowboys without a touchdown in that game, Skip.
Okay.
So when I look at both, if I have to pick a team on this, as hard as it is to swallow this down, a lot of people are going to be mad at me. I have to pick Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. Because I don't believe Dak Prescott can beat a winning team or a team with a record over 500. So I'm going to go with Terrible Tom. That's his new nickname, Terrible Tom.
He's the luckiest of all time.
He is. And he's going to be lucky here, Skip, because the defense will get it done for him. They'll pick off Dak. They'll pick up a fumble by Ezekiel Elliott. It'll be something like that. It will not be on the back of Tom Brady. I'm going with the Patriots to win this 24-17.
24-17, says Rob Parker. And Shannon Sharpe agreed with Rob Parker when he called them the fraudulent Cowboys. But Shannon Sharpe has picked the fraudulent Cowboys to cover his you-know-what on Monday.
You know why I picked them? Because I believe Tom Brady has been more fraudulent this year than the Cowboys have. And they've been awesome. They like $3 bill frauds. But Tom Brady has played like a $7 bill.
Say it, Shannon. Terrible Tom.
Terrible Tom.
Terrible Tom.
And Skip, and you know Tom has not played well. See, if people can get past, when I say Tom hasn't played well, but he got 6 Super Bowls, that's not a debate. That's not what the topic was about.
It's not lifetime achievement.
Right.
We're talking about now.
Right. We're talking about right this year. In the 2019 season, Tom Brady has not played like the Tom Brady we're used to seeing. That's okay. But you can't say, yeah, he's playing back. But see, and another problem I have, Rob, when things go well, Tom is so good. But when they start to turn sideways, well, he don't have anybody. Those are the same people he's throwing to when things are going good.
Thank you. And that's when they say to Shannon about Tom, he does more with less. They give him credit.
Do it again.
Yes.
Turn that water into wine like the man could. That's what they call it. Now what?
My turn?
Yeah, your turn.
Thank you. This time I'm going to let the great Troy Aikman speak for me because he spoke strongly last night in the third quarter of the Thursday night football game about Tom Brady. Listen to this.
I know that offense for the Patriots, they've had their struggles. Defensively, obviously, they've been outstanding, and a big reason, the primary reason why they're 9-1, but I really have been impressed with the way Tom Brady has played, and it hasn't always looked good, but I think that, he certainly understands how he has to play the game and what the strengths of that team are right now, and he hangs in there and then finds a way to win games.
What? They are 9-1 because Tom Brady just keeps making all the plays that have to get made, throwing mostly to Julian Edelman or bust. But no Gronk, no AB, no Josh Gordon.
Wasn't Edelman the MVP of the Super Bowl last year?
That's all you got.
Did that change?
All you got.
I thought he was the MVP, Skip.
Over Tom Brady.
Bust.
Did Tom Brady play in that game?
Yeah.
So he was the MVP of the Super Bowl over Tom Brady.
Shouldn't have been.
He didn't stop it.
And he was a receiver who won the MVP without catching a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
He's a slot receiver.
And guess what happened last week? He did something that Tom Brady couldn't do. He threw a touchdown pass, Skip Bayless. But Troy Aikman in that gave a backhand compliment. We know their defense has been lighted out. But Tom is, he's hung in there and hung in there. No.
He has been really impressive, said Troy Aikman.
Impressive.
He has.
But hold on.
With
impressive
nothing.
how?
They can't protect him. They can't run the ball. They're 24th in the league in running the football. Tom Brady is 9-1, and you guys say he's done.
The defense is 9-1, Skip.
Let me ask you a question. But why didn't you mention that last year? They couldn't run the football, but you was telling me how great Tom Brady was when he made 3 3rd and 10s. But you don't mention anything. They were the number one running team.
They were the number one rushing
attack.
But you
don't mention that.
Bring it up. I always bring it up.
Oh, Tom Brady, he was terrific. Had you ever seen 3 3rd and 10s before?
Have you? No, you haven't.
You see what
Under pressure in Kansas City in the AFC Championship, you convert 3 straight 3rd and 10s in overtime to win the game.
How about this here?
It's outrageously great.
Convert now. All I see now, I don't know about last year. Last year's done. We can't, all that defending, you don't get to defend the Super Bowl because that's yours. Can't no one take that away. What about 2019? What have you seen?
All I know is the hashtag washed king, Tom Brady, is going to spill all over you on Sunday and probably all over my Dallas Cowboys. So good luck with it.
So who are you picking?
I picked New England. I picked them to win the Super Bowl over Dallas. This is a Super Bowl preview. I told you we got lots of dinners on the line here.
I'm talking about big-time dinners.
Here we go.
I'm not
fraudulent Cowboys,
they're
fraudulent
Brady.
You guys could do this all morning.
Yes, we could.
Oh, my goodness.
No mercy.
The 49ers and Packers face off on Sunday Night Football in a battle of 2 of the NFC's top teams. The winner of this game has the inside track for home field advantage throughout the playoffs. Lil Wayne is here with us this morning. We are so happy you joined us. So give us a scoop. Are your Packers going to pull it out?
Yes, they are. Yes, definitely. I mean, the defense for the 49ers is awesome, but I just talked to Uncle, and like he said, they've been a little weak for the last. I mean, Bosa. He had like 7 sacks or something. He's been sackless for the last 3 games.
Got a little quiet.
Yeah.
It happens to rookies occasionally. Yeah.
And then Bakhtiari had to go against his brother, and we lost against his brother. So I'm quite sure Bakhtiari ready to show his other brother. Go back and tell your brother what this about.
By the way, we do appreciate you being here. You flew all night just for us. So thank you. Pleasure and honor. You want to go ahead?
Yeah. You know, Raj, we know him. This man know what Raj represents. The baddest quarterback.
Yeah, A-Raj?
Yeah, better than yours, that's for sure. You know what, Skip Bayless? We've underestimated. I mean, he's been in the MVP discussion, but because Russell Wilson has been playing so unbelievable, Lamar Jackson has been playing from another planet. We glossing over the man is 17-2, 17 tubs, 2 INTs, and he beat the Dallas Cowboys in their building. Wasn't even close. Wasn't close, Skip Bayless. And Aaron Jones.
Got
Skip,
close, but
Skip,
it wasn't.
you know what? You say Zeke is 8th in rushing. The guy that's 6 spots behind him is Aaron Jones. He has 14 total touchdowns, which is tied with Christian McCaffrey. But you say those 1-yard touchdowns is overrated. So Packers are not that good. So Aaron Rodgers needs to get even more credit, right? Because you keep saying, oh, Aaron Jones.
Well, he took over the Dallas.
Well,
he did.
No.
He
Stop doing
was
that.
special. He's always special
great.
against
I'm
the
going to take the Packers for one reason, Skip. Jimmy Garoppolo turns the ball over too much.
He does.
He's a turnover machine. I mean, Skip, he has 14 turnovers, which is 5th in the NFL. Now, the last couple of weeks, that 49ers defense has given up 25, 27 in the loss, 26. 2 of those, 25-26, came against Arizona and Kyler Murray. We don't think the Arizona Cardinals is a great, great team. They're not even good. They're okay. Packers got a great team. You give Aaron Rodgers extra possessions, he'll hang 30-plus on you. And that's why I'm going to take him 35-33.
You both could be right about this, but
What?
all the numbers scream that the home team has turned into a buzzsaw, especially
Stop
at
it.
home. No team in this league is averaging more points at home than the 49ers are. 33 a game they're scoring at home tops the National Football League.
You saw them 2 interceptions?
Well, he will throw them. He threw 2 in the red zone.
Yeah,
last week
that's what you
against
told
a
me.
bad team.
That's what you told me earlier this week.
I was just making sure you saw them.
The 49ers are second in this whole league in running the football. And as much as I believe Aaron Rodgers will have a very good game, he will be watching a lot of this game.
With that said, you're right, but their running game has not been the same for the last few games because Jimmy was dropping back like 27 times when he was running like that. For the last few games, he dropped back like 40 times.
Okay.
Just letting you know that running game ain't like that right now.
But it was just a few weeks ago that your team came west and played at the Chargers and got absolutely destroyed, and I still can't figure it out.
Well, we got up late.
I don't get it.
We got up late. I
don't understand. It's one of those aberration games.
Get there and tell you.
Those weird NFL games where you say, what was that?
You check Aaron Rodgers' record coming off a bye.
Yeah, okay.
Check his
The
record
score of
coming
that
off
game
a bye
at
week.
Chargers was 26-11. 11? What a weird score. It's like, couldn't you just scored 10 or 12? You know, it just sounds bad that you scored 11.
Guess what they scored against somebody else you know?
Yeah.
They scored 34 against somebody else we know. You want to care to mention who that was?
Yeah, my quarterback almost.
Your quarterback
all
almost
the way
did that.
back.
Your quarterback
all the way back. From 31-3 to
Man,
Your
this
quarterback was the one that dug the grave.
Yeah.
Yeah, he dug
He
it.
didn't dig the grave. He threw a perfect
Does this
pass
man
to
think
Maurice.
QBR is
Yes.
like? Does he think that is the
That's the gospel.
all
That's the
that
holy
matters?
grail. Yes.
All
Yes.
that
All
matters.
in all.
Yes.
That man.
He don't even want wins. He wants
exactly.
QBR. Yes.
I see that.
Yes.
I see that. I see. You make a wonderful case for Dak.
Yeah.
You make a wonderful
he
case
is
for Dak
leading
every
this
day.
whole league in QB.
I knew you was about to say
He's
that.
leading this whole league in passing yards.
Yeah,
He's
and-
having a better year than Aaron Rodgers.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Stop.
Well, all the numbers scream that he is.
All the numbers
You mean
say-
the numbers of the record?
Well, he's simply
Because that's the numbers that scream to me. I can't hear over them numbers. I cannot hear over them numbers. They're
He throws
screaming.
the longest passes. He does everything, but he can't overcome a sorry defense.
And Aaron
I just said it. The Cowboys have a sorry defense, and Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Jones feasted on that defense.
And Aaron Rodgers did put up this record without Devontae for about 4 or 5 weeks. So what would Dak be
I
without
think
Amari
actually
for 4 or
looked a
5
little
weeks?
better without Devontae.
Did you remember what Dak looked like before he got Amari? Mm-hmm. Boy, he was in a heap of trouble. Look.
But he didn't have a
Ain't look like,
Valdez
ain't look like
Scantling.
40 million.
Oh,
He
now-
didn't have a Geronimo.
Skip,
He didn't have an Aaron Jones.
Skip, you do realize
Catching passes out of the back.
The guys you just mentioned are undrafted free agents. That's what you mentioned. The guy had got undrafted free agents. That's what he's doing.
Can they play?
Oh, so now they can play. See, you see what you did? Now you want to talk about?
I did what anybody should do. Can they play?
Okay, what about, can Julian Edelman play? Because you keep telling me Tom Brady don't have anybody, and the guy is Super Bowl MVP.
Don't do him that.
Seventh round pick.
Oh, so now he's can he play? Can he play?
That's
Can
all
he play?
Brady's got.
Oh, so now
Can he play?
Yeah.
Can he play?
Can he play?
You could have went. You should
Okay.
have we.
I already know.
I got to pick the 49ers 28-24 because I think they will run the ball down your throat. And I think Aaron's going to be standing over there saying, do I get a turn? No.
But when he does, that's
It's
the
all
thing.
that matters.
It does, when he gets his turn, he does something with it.
Maximize.
He doesn't blame
Capitalize.
his defense like somebody else we know
Who's
come
your
out here.
favorite play caller in the league? Kyle Shanahan.
Okay.
Am I right?
Yes.
Yes, thank you very much.
There's nothing wrong with
because
that.
he is the offspring of one Mike Shanahan
Ain't nothing
who
wrong with
coached
that.
Shannon Sharpe to Super Bowls. Right?
Yes.
Okay? So you're betting against Kyle
Yeah,
Shanahan.
you see what you're trying to do? You're trying to
I think I did it.
dirty.
Legend you talking
What that got
about.
to do with anything? That didn't need to be brought up. I'm picking Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers because I believe they're going to win.
35-33.
Yeah, 35-33.
Okay, so right now your pack is 8-2. Right on your tail in that division is 8-3 Minnesota. How much do you fear Kirk Cousins and company?
Kirk Cousins is a system quarterback to me, and their system ain't working right now. I'm not afraid of their system against our system, you know. And I don't think Kirk Cousins stands. You know, Kirk Cousins is awesome, but he don't stand nowhere near Aaron Rodgers.
I must admit, he's playing much better than I thought he would.
Likewise, likewise. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was just a bunch of, you know, and he getting out there and he doing his thing.
I
But
think the game last week is when he brought him back and the Broncos shut down Dalvin Cook, because normally what we've seen previous, when Dalvin played well, he plays well. Because remember when Chicago took away Dalvin, and Stephon Diggs like, man, y'all need to get me out of here. Even Adam Thielen's like, yeah, I understand we can run for 1,000 million yards, but what happens when we can't? We got to find a way to get the open and throw the ball. So he's played really well because they've made a commitment to try and run the football. And that play action, he's as good as they come at play action, might be better than your guy.
No, my guy is leading the league in
No,
play-action.
my guy, hold on.
Why do you have to keep trying to discredit my
I ain't
guy?
trying to discredit. All I'm saying, but did First Cousins, Kim Folk Kirk, what we call him at the cookout, did he beat your guy? Did he beat your guy, yes or no, on a Sunday night?
My coaches beat
No,
my team. Well, they did. My quarterback is on fire, just
No, he wasn't
taking him
on fire.
down the
No, he
field, and they
wasn't.
said,
He looking
you know
good.
what? We paid the running back $50 million. Give it to the running back, and give it to him, and give it to him again.
Hold on, Skip.
Game over.
You
we
did
lost.
your first two possessions. You go down 14-0. Did they put the ball in his hands then? Why will you keep being down all the time? I just need to know why you keep being down. You scored 3 points against New Orleans. You scored 3 points against the Jets. You scored 3 points against Green Bay at the half. That's 3 halves in which you had 9 total points. Was Dak playing in those games?
First 3 possessions against Minnesota, all 3 times crossed the 50 and went into Minnesota territory. And at one point, we had a 4th down that could have been converted. And of course, Coach Clapp over there, Jason Garrett, let's punt. Punt. What are you doing?
So you want to go for the 4th down?
Huh? Let's punt.
yeah, coach.
Huh?
Yeah, coach.
Yeah, coach.
So in other words, they crossed the 50.
Yep.
But I thought the objective was to cross the goal line. How many points you get for crossing the 50?
You know, he got different objectives. QBR, crossing the 50. You know, he's different. It's different.
Yeah, well.
Different over
So
there.
how many
Were
points
you
get?
not scared to death? Were you not on the edge of your seat when my quarterback was on fire at the end of the Vikings game? And you must have been rooting for my quarterback.
I was.
You needed that.
I needed that win, boy.
And you all but assured me that my team would beat the Vikings,
thought
and
y'all
you were
had 'em.
correct about that because they were on the way until my coaches got in.
If you don't mind me asking, can you
What
tell
was
him
that?
who did I pick? Who did I pick? Did I pick Dak or I pick Kirk Cousins?
I don't remember.
You do remember.
Yeah.
Because you remember I came
You
here
probably
with
picked
You
both.
picked- nah, you
I
picked
came with that.
first.
You remember I came with that chef hat?
Yeah.
Hey, old Chef Shay.
Yeah.
We serving up them hot L's, home of the world famous hot L's.
His restaurant went from serving dubs to hot L's because they went out of business and they said, well, I guess we got to serve losers.
Dak kept coming. Dak and Tom Brady keep coming to my restaurant.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, Tom Brady's 9-1 and like the
He
winning
came
quarterback
against
ever. I don't-
Jacksonville.
Really?
And remember, I had that pop-up shop in Minnesota.
Yeah.
He said, I got a pop-up
Yeah.
shop.
So who do you have for MVP as we speak?
Right now, of course, I got Aaron Rodgers, but I can't front that boy Russell.
Okay.
Russell was his dog.
Okay.
Everybody keep saying that, Skip.
Okay. So does that mean you have that dog at Philly this Sunday?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
you like that?
Oh, yeah.
You like that?
And do you like that?
On Eagles, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, walk into him. He gonna bounce back.
He bounce it to him?
No.
Yeah.
You talking about walking to him Wentz?
Well, yeah, walk into him, but he bounce back.
He's going to bounce back against the MVP. So you have a runaway MVP in Russell.
I didn't say no runaway.
Well, you are.
It's close.
Okay, you
Skip,
just
Lamar.
did.
No, I said Lamar Jackson. now. Lamar Jackson is the truth. He right there.
He
It's
is
nip and
the
tuck. But I think who not in the race?
Can I forgive me for not saying Lamar Jackson as well when you asked me that question?
And what do you
Forgive
see
me.
in Lamar so far?
Everything.
Such as?
I mean, he's everybody. You know, we compare him to Big, but man, he looks like he got a little bit more. And I was second guessing that ball. I was second guessing it myself when I was putting him up against looking at him and Kyler.
Right.
That's what I was doing.
Right.
And Kyler could throw that thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? But man, that ball get there. That ball get there.
And what he do? Put that thing on terrible Tom. Tom Brady.
Yeah, so.
Who put that thing on him?
Lamar Jackson.
Oh, he did.
Yeah.
Just like Kirk Cousins put that thing on you.
Just
like Kirk Cousins put it on your guy. And so did Teddy Bridgewater. And so did Sam Darnold. Head to head, bust him up.
And so is Tom Brady.
Sam Darnold.
Get that.
Sam Darnold won player of the week against the Cowboys.
So, who you got? Eagles or your runaway MVP?
I just
Shannon
saw a
Sharpe?
ghost. Lord have mercy. Go ahead. What happened? I saw a ghost. Go ahead.
You saw a ghost where?
Yeah, we were talking about Sam Darnold. Go ahead.
Oh, you saw That's funny.
Gotcha.
That's a good one. Yeah, I like that. Yeah. For not having slept, that was funny. Yeah.
You already know who I picked.
Well, pick it again.
I picked the Eagles in a close game. Let me see. Go to my scorecard.
This is not at all convincing.
I got the Eagles 30-24. Walking to him, go. If you don't throw the ball to Aguilar, hopefully Alshon is back because Aguilar be dropping everything.
Right?
He has been.
You need that game because you're afraid my team's going to go win at Foxborough and then you're going to be sunk.
I get that. But here's the thing. We need this game because then we go to Miami, we got Washington, and we got the Giants twice, and then we got you guys sandwiched in there somewhere. So we going to run on 5 straight, and by the time this thing all said and done, we in the front, y'all in the back, which is out of the playoffs. Bam!
Are you going to win out after this game?
No, we just gonna make sure we beat you guys and kick you out of the playoffs. That's what we gonna do.
That's strong,
the way
too.
you beat us last year at Philadelphia.
Okay. See,
so that's 3 straight. My team has beat your team. 3 straight. My quarterback has beaten your quarterback.
Okay.
But you're still hanging in.
Yeah, I'm hanging in because we gonna win. Skip, that was last year. Last year. And we got off to a terrible start this year, and there we turned the ball over twice. I think Goddard fumbled and Wentz threw a horrible interception. But we'll see. You worry about your business. We're gonna take care of what we need to take care of at like 1 o'clock window. And then the 4:25, you'll know what you need to do. Because if you don't win, guess what? We be tied again.
We're in the lead in the NFC East
as
usual.
You won't be.
Right?
You won't be if you lose on Sunday.
Won it 2 of the last 3 years, as usual.
You ain't gonna win the 3 out of the last 4 years.
I think that other boy, what's his name, Pollard? He look a little.
Pollard?
Yeah, he look a little better right now.
Yeah, I agree.
He look a little better than Zeke
My
right
running
now.
back, not so much. But we'll talk about them in just a moment.
You're treading on thin ice here. They've been busting over this all morning long.
No mercy.
Dak and the Cowboys currently have the #1 total offense in the NFL, but that's going to be put to the test against Bill Belichick's Patriots, who, by the way, sport the league's #1 total defense. Both teams leading their divisions. Dallas has Philly right there, though. They cannot afford a slip-up. Lil Wayne is back with us. We're so glad after a red-eye flight from Miami. Thank you. Who do you like on Sunday? Settle this debate for us, Cowboys or Patriots?
I gotta go with the boys.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, I gotta go with the boys.
Hey, everybody know about them boys.
Yeah.
We them boys.
How about them boys?
Yeah, we them boys. No. You the Pats. You the Pats. Don't say that. Don't say that. Utter that phrase.
Yeah, because I hear you up here every day. You trash your boys, but when they win, you come up, you go crazy, and you like Tom Brady, and but you still find something that was within the win and I like that.
Okay.
I like that. But reason why I want them to win, because I believe they win this game. I believe Dak get that money.
Okay. Like immediately? Or
I believe the checkbook gonna be at the game.
Whew, really? That's interesting.
Nah, Dak said, I don't want it now. You had a chance to get it to me earlier. I don't want it now. Yeah, as a matter of fact, the price that I gave you at the beginning of the year, it just went up 10 million.
40. Yeah, I need 40. Yeah, I need 40.
Well, I think Wayne is suggesting there might be a little signing party up in the first class of the team plane going home.
No, I don't want it.
Yeah, you want
Because as a matter of fact, if you said, hold up, you said they're going to go to the Super Bowl, right? So Dak said, if I get to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl MVP, I know what Joe Flacco did to parlay that in, to be the highest paid player in the NFL for 3 years. So now I was wanting 40. Now I want 45 with 135 fully guaranteed.
Talk dirty.
I'll pay him myself if they win the Super Bowl.
Talk dirty.
I know you will. I can't
take out a loan. For the rest of my life.
I think he win that game and get that 40.
Yeah, hey, for the bud, that'd be so much led for the next till 2021, you be unbearable. you are a terrible loser. You even worse winner. So no part of that.
I want to be a bad winner so bad.
Yeah, I know you do. No, you don't want to be a bad winner. You want to be a bad winner with the Cowboys. That's when you want to be a bad winner. I mean, you get a little excited with Tom Brady, but you're gonna be unbearable.
Think about that.
You ain't got to worry about that.
Guess where the Super Bowl is?
I know what it's saying. You ain't got to worry about
Guess what
him being unbearable this year. You ain't got to worry about that.
The network is. Oh, it's on Fox.
Yeah.
Cowboys-Patriots on Fox. Cowboys pull that off. Oh.
Excuse
It might
me.
be over. You might have to say, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm done.
You talking about the game Sunday or you talking about the Super Bowl?
You talking
Cowboys,
Super Bowl.
Patriots.
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl is the Packers versus the Ravens, brother.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you do.
You got a Super Bowl preview. Okay, why are you picking the boys this Sunday?
I really want to see Dak get him, but as far as on the field, I don't think I see what the Patriots doing and what they going through. And I see what y'all doing now. I think y'all game against their game is going to be a little too much for them to handle. And the AFC still ain't ready for the NFC, period. I think the NFC teams, even the NFC teams that has records like the Cowboys, I think they still a little too light years ahead of the AFC. Yeah.
And Tom Brady has not looked like Tom Brady in years past. Why would you accept that?
I just didn't want to say it.
You ain't want to say that, but I say it. I will say what everybody else too afraid to say because it feel like it's
Nobody's
bad.
afraid. They're all blatant.
Because you nitpick. But look what he did at this game here. You go back to Kansas City, but it started, Skip. The last half of last year, he didn't play well, and you overlooked it because of what he did in the championship game against the Chiefs. But what about that Super Bowl? 0 touchdowns. Interception and a quarterback, a QBR of 26. Now, you love QBR. Jen, I don't know if you noticed this. QBR, it measures 0 to 100, 50 being average. He was below average, way below average.
But better than Jared Goff.
That's not saying nothing.
Yeah, better than Jared Goff. Game-winning drive goes to Tom Brady. Fourth quarter, 5 straight completions, touchdown.
That's like saying I had dinner last night. What'd you have? Man, I had bologna. What'd you have? I had Vienna sausage. What, so? That's still 2 worse dinners. It's not like you said. That was all I had to eat.
The Vienna sausage with rich crackers now.
No, I need a Vienna sausage with that truck driver steak, that honey bun. You know the truck driver steak? I get them right now.
You might have one after the show.
I get a truck driver steak and the Vienna sausage every so to keep me grounded. Wayne, you don't keep me grounded because I don't want to think. I'm above this. I'm not.
So let me say this about my friend Wayne. When he speaks about sports, I listen because his predictions often prove bullseye true. So I love it that he is picking my team. It gives me more confidence.
But you didn't. So you don't have no confidence.
Because I've told you I have a motto on this show. There's one man in sports I do not bet against.
I heard that.
Especially in that stadium, in that little town up there by Boston.
That's why I didn't want to say Tom Brady ain't looking like Tom Brady because that's almost like, no offense on. That's almost like saying Brian ain't looking like Brian. You know what he gonna come back and do.
Brian looking like...
I would say that's almost, no, I ain't talking about right now. Brian looking like, when he first came, Brian looking like Miami Heat right now. He looking like a Heatle right now.
Like a Heatle.
Yeah, he looking like a Heatle right now. But I'm saying that's what that feel like.
Yeah.
If you say Tom Brady ain't looking like Tom Brady, that's what it feels like saying Brian ain't looking like Brian.
When you say that, you're daring that devil.
That's what I said. That's why I didn't say it. That's why I didn't say it.
Yeah, he looked like Tom Brady just looking, playing like Sam Darnold.
You realize this whole week you have spent daring that devil up there, saying he's the washed king. And he hears all, especially from Hall of Famers. So you're actually undercutting your own pick because you're picking Dallas after you have dared that.
Yeah, picking Dallas because he's not that guy.
Yeah,
he's not that guy. He hadn't been that guy this year. He hadn't been that guy this year, Skip.
Well, I'm just afraid that guy is going to emerge and make you eat more fried crow or fried honey bun or whatever it is.
He might be in Dallas next year, Skip. Be careful.
Say that again?
I said he might be in Dallas next year. Be careful. That might be one of the reasons why they still ain't paid Dak.
No. What everybody you got? Dak said, I'm going to get that. See, I know why they hadn't paid him. See, he wanted him to take a discount. You know, we'll pay a discount, stay here. And ain't no discount. This ain't no Dollar General, no Sam's Club. We don't give discounts over here. Full price. Last time you went to Tiffany's and got a discount. They don't do discounts.
So what is Vegas saying about this game? Vegas is saying that New England is a 6.5-point favorite. That is significant to me because my team has not been an underdog one time this whole year. Whole year, even against your guys.
I know, I didn't understand it. But,
right? Favored every game, 6-4.
I'm going to go lay big money.
Okay, 6-4.
I'm going to go lay big money on the Cowboys.
Okay.
And if I don't show up for money, you know why.
How many cases y'all got on it?
Okay, so what did I
how many cases do we got?
Do you want to put cases?
Yeah.
Really?
Would you want 2 or 3?
I don't bet against my team. I told you I don't bet against my team. I'm not doing it.
Skip, and then that's your team on Sunday.
I'm picking with my head, not my heart, but I'm not going to bet against my team.
But
I don't want to have to root
First of all,
against my team.
Cowboys are officially right now on Sunday on my team. They're my team.
I'll bet a case on Russell Wilson. All right, I'll take one case.
I get a case.
Okay, done. You owe me 42 cases.
No, I'll get them back. Brian gonna get them all back for me this year. Brian gonna get all 42 cases back.
Okay. So this is the first time all year that Stephen Jones, the GM of the Cowboys, talked about it. Jerry's son Stephen said last week that usually everybody brings their A game to play America's team, but this time we're going to have to bring our A game to play the dynasty. So it's like role reversal where every week the Cowboys have to get up for a game against somebody who's taken them way more seriously. That's what happens.
Skip, stop saying
that. So
that.
for once, at least you have motivation.
You and Stephen Jones are delusional. Now they'll get up for the team. Now if you won the Super Bowl the previous year, yes they'll get up for you.
Yes.
If you're the Patriots, yes. Because that is the ultimate measuring stick. Why am I going to measure myself against mediocrity? Y'all hadn't won anything. The Patriots have gone to 9 Super Bowls since you last won one, and they getting up for you? For what?
But they get up for everybody. They don't even care. It can be Buffalo or Miami, and they just say, watch this.
Nobody getting up for the Cowboys.
Cold-blooded killers.
Nobody getting up for the Cowboys.
Yep. But I have told you, my team needs external motivation because my coach couldn't motivate a bull.
So what's the motivation? So what's the motivation y'all got this week to go out there and play well in Foxborough? What's the motivation?
MVP.
$40 million.
Who?
My quarterback.
Fox don't have enough lights to shine on Dak. He's a dark horse. Didn't they just tell you a dark horse? The guy that's in the light. Russ and Lamar Jackson. Why can't you get through your head? Why your head so hard?
My team loves my quarterback, and my team's going to play for him because they think he can win the MVP, and they want him to get the biggest bag in all of sports.
Yeah, I want him to get the biggest bag because I told you he was going to get that big bag.
Yep. So, quick left turn to college football. LSU dominating.
Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Yeah.
Your Heisman frontrunner is?
Joe Burrow. Yeah.
Because?
He's savvy. He's savvy, and also because, unfortunately, what happened to Tua. Unfortunately. It sucks.
Tua was doing that thing, wasn't he?
It sucks, man. Yeah, he's a dog. He's just a dog. And Joe Burrow, you know, I believe he NFL ready. And I believe that's what the scouts or whatever, I think that's what they are going to see the most. Even if he doesn't go number 1, I believe he's going to go top 5, top 3, actually. Yeah.
What about your guy?
If Jalen Hurts had a semblance of a defense, he would be
what they got to do with his offense? What they got to do with Jalen?
They score 48 a game. I don't know what more can you do.
Kyler Murray had that same defense. The defense was no better with Kyler Murray.
You think Jalen going top 10, though?
No.
No?
No.
First round?
I don't think so.
Ooh.
Who?
Jalen Hurts.
I don't know. He's pretty good. He is growing on me as an NFL player.
Even Tua.
You know what? The more I watch Lamar, the more I say.
That's what I'm saying. The NFL
we got 3 receivers that's going in the first round.
Well, I got one who's better than any of those 3. You want to bet?
No.
CeeDee Lamb is better than any of those. You can have Judge Judy or
Judy.
You
like Judy? You like
I'll take CeeDee Lamb over Jerry Judy any day.
He can't run no route like Judy.
I will take CeeDee Lamb.
Judy.
He is untackleable.
I got Judy all day.
Hey,
Judy. And Ruggs.
Run after.
And Devontae Smith. You forgot about Devontae.
Judy all day.
You can have all 3 of
day.
them. You can roll them into one. I'll take CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb nice.
Hey.
But he ain't
nice.
Judy.
He ain't Judy, though. He don't run a route like Judy.
If you an Alabama receiver, Julio, Calvary. Now we got Punch and Judy.
We gotta leave it there, guys. But hey, good time.
I know you know it is.
Lil Wayne is still with us. We haven't hit the NBA yet. LeBron versus Kawhi. All right, weigh in. Who is the real king of LA?
LeBron.
Easy answer for you.
Period. End of story.
There is no kings. You know, there's a movie. Who did this movie? Kings of LA, Queens of New York. What's the director, Skip, with the glasses? Scorsese.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is no kings. There's a king of LA. Singular. That's it. And he doesn't load manage.
Nah.
He doesn't do that. And he gives it to you every night.
That would be one of my main reasons, other than the obvious reason he's LeBron James.
He gave it to those sorry Thunder the other night. He played a game high 37 minutes, so he's not load managing. And yet, who's going to be readier for May and June?
We born ready.
LeBron.
We got some help.
Please remember that Kawhi Leonard drugged that team through the playoffs, drugged that team all the way through the finals. What LeBron was doing? Getting that body right, chilling, resting, watching.
No, he's making a movie.
Getting ready to.
Yes.
He said he was getting up at 4 a.m. and hitting the
He
gym.
was.
Yes. Yeah, you have to get up that early anyway when you're shooting a movie. You got to be on that set early anyway.
Got to be on that set.
Yeah.
Ready.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, which team will be readier for May and June? Clippers or Lakers?
The Lakers.
Really?
Yes.
Huh.
I know everybody loved the Clippers and they 1 through 7 and all that. I know they're great. They're great when they put that second team on there. They got starters on that second squad.
Yeah.
Understood. They got closers.
Understood.
Yeah, the closer should be starting. Lou Wiz is the closer.
But they're not better than us.
No,
they're not better than us. So it still that still answers the question. That still answers the question. So who's ready? Understand all that. Once we step on the court, you're not better than us.
Yes.
Plain
Better
and simple.
defensive team. Seems like it's the Clippers.
First of all, Skip, you know, you make it seem like we're 30th.
You're
we're
much better than I thought you were going to be.
Lead the league in block shots.
We long. I was just about to say, we long. We long, Skip.
You got 3 long.
Yeah, and we go skyscraper. We might put LeBron and Kuzma in there also with Dwight Howard, JaVale, and AD. Now what you going to do?
Lou Williams is just cheating, first of all.
Yeah.
Lou Williams is cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to figure.
What do you mean?
He a cheat code. That's the cheat code.
Yeah. He's got a cheat code. He is.
Yeah, that's when you play a game. When you play a game, you put the cheat code in. Yeah, somebody put the cheat code in on Lou.
How can you even be in the discussion for the best player or the king of LA when they bring the guy off the bench to close the game for you? Lou Williams running the offense with Paul George and Kawhi on the court. Lou Williams got the ball in his hands.
Yes, he does.
Lou Williams making plays.
Yeah.
You the best player.
For the year, he's the closer.
So
how you the best player?
It's done. It's over.
How you the best player?
It's done.
Yeah. How you the best player? Because you know who's going to close it for the yellow. You know who's going to close it.
Imagine if they brought Steve Kerr off the bench and they closed this for Mike.
How's he going to close with a pulled groin? I don't know. It just seems like we're heading toward another pulled groin. Well, I'm knocking on wood for him. I got to knock on wood.
Stop trying to speak it into
He's playing high. He's playing dangerously high minutes
Ain't no
early.
such thing.
He played 12 minutes of the fourth quarter against the poor Thunder.
He plays basketball.
He took 9 shots.
He play basketball.
9 shots in the fourth quarter.
How many minutes in the basketball game? 48.
Really?
So we play what's required of us. But we don't load manage. We don't do that. We don't cheat the fans.
What is that?
If memory serves, the guy you say is the MVP. Do you remember what he did in the fourth quarter against the Thunder? You remember? Wait, can we see this? What happened against the Thunder?
Got the clip.
We got clips. We got clips. Look at this. Look at this. Air ball. He shot. That's the MVP. He shot an air ball. Here he goes again, dribbling into traffic. Wait, I thought that was the MVP. Here's the GOAT. The GOAT shoots an air ball. Hits the bottom of the basket. Here he goes dribbling into trap. Whoops. There it goes again for another easy deuce the other way. Way to go, LeBron.
Hold on.
And here he is getting blown by Gallinari and having to hack him. And that brought this game to a 2-point game. Look at these free throws. Blank, that almost airballed free throw. Now, whoops, LeBrick.
Hold on. So what about? So are we going to talk about?
That's your MVP. You said the game's over. It's his house and his team. He did that at Staples.
What about Kawhi? You know, Kawhi the other night in overtime.
Yeah, he's hurt.
Oh, now he hurt.
Oh.
Now he hurt.
Oh.
Is that out of your mouth?
I was asking, because, you know, I was wondering how you get a new job and you already get PTO. I'm like, I understand there's a probationary period. So normally for like 90 days, you can't get any time off without something being occurred. He get on a new job. He already done missed 4-5 games.
He's got a bum knee.
Hey, what that got to do with me?
He's got a bum knee. It's legit.
You got them bum knee because he got them on New Balances.
But he's going to load it.
The orthopedic. That one got his knee hurt.
Wayne liked that one.
That one got his knee hurt anyway. He actually think the guy's going to be sporting those. Hey, check these NBs out.
Check these NBs out.
Really?
Boy, go ahead.
Come on, Skip. I can't believe you.
You got some. You got some new quads.
He wore them out here. He wore them out here with a quad.
I saw him.
He ought to be embarrassed.
Yeah, look
Hot
terrible.
Pink. They're hot pink. I might have to wear them in Miami at the Super Bowl.
They were hot. They
know.
were hot something else. They were hot something else.
Why do you keep like moving over there? Your chair keeps moving over there. I don't get it.
Man, you know that man can't move my chair.
Yeah, they hot something, all right.
Yeah, oh well.
You ought to be ashamed of
All
yourself,
right,
Skip.
that's it for us, everybody. Weezy, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
We are back Monday, 9:30 Eastern.
Thank you for listening to the Undisputed Podcast. I'm Jenny Taft. Keep an eye out for the weekend edition of the podcast tomorrow morning, featuring this week's best segments. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Fox Sports, one of one.